It's Bowling for the Bahamas and Celebrity Bowling Challenge to benefit the Bahamas Disaster Relief Fund. Sunday, December 1st, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. AMF Panorama Lanes, 1724 Genesee Street, Utica. Come have fun and enjoy a few games of bowling for a good cause. There will be prizes, food and drink specials, and some special challenges mixed in along the way. $20 per bowler or $100 per team includes 2 games and shoe rental. All proceeds go directly to the Bahamas Relief Foundation. That's Bowling for the Bahamas and Celebrity Bowling Challenge, presented by Disruption Network, Holy Pozzoli, and AMF Panorama Lanes. Sunday, December 1st, 1724 Genesee Street, Utica.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broken everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar, brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.
All right, listen up, everybody. This is former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're listening to the D-Line, only on Disruption Networks. That's the D. Do it now. Rah, rah.
The D-Line. Disruption Network's weekly football podcast. With your host, Chicken.
I will say, one of the greatest games I've seen this year.
Caleb.
There was no takeaways from that game. I mean, the takeaways were that we should have changed the channel early in the night.
And still.
Just fucking tit for tat, going back and forth, just a battle.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the D-Line. Yeah, we got a full house tonight, guys. Today, it's daytime. Holy crap, we're out here in the middle of the daytime on a Blackout Friday.
That's right, we're drinking.
So we had some great games yesterday. Zach, or Stu, can I hear you in the back there, buddy? Did I get the right?
I don't know, can you?
Ken? Bueller? How about now?
Hello.
There we go.
I got him.
Hey, guys.
Trying to figure
Hi.
Hey,
Caleb.
Caleb.
Hey.
Nice to see you.
Hi, Caleb.
Hey. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
We got joining us, we got Zach and Stu back from our
Halloween
party,
episode.
yes.
Halloween edition, baby. We're rocking and rolling. Stu, baby.
Stretch.
Oh, that's when we weren't here, Silver.
Yeah, we were your sweet-ass replacements.
Yeah, when me and Silver always take our 1 week hiatus from you, Chicken.
Yeah,
All right, we always played it on the same week, too. So.
But these guys filled in and actually knew what they were talking about, so it was kind of...
Yeah, breath of fresh air for the show.
Oh, shucks.
And if you're not familiar with Stu, he's from our Wrestle Fandom Radio guys. Killing it, absolutely killing it every Wednesday.
Yeah.
All these endorphins are just popping right now in my head. Feel good, warm and fuzzy.
And, of course, Zach from the Lost Guidance Podcast. How's things going over there, brother?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Things are good, man. I just released episode 3 yesterday for your, fat and full pleasure of viewing on the couch when you're just chilling, So you can go on YouTube, check out Lost Guidance, and soon we're going to have a sweet edition with Mr. Caleb here. That's going to be coming out.
Caleb was on the show.
Yeah.
Really?
The Katwaka was in the house. Yeah, and it was a really good episode and just kind of talking about his background a little bit. So, yeah, stay tuned for that.
Are you cool if we have Stu demonstrate a power slam on you?
Only if I can be pantsless.
Oh, perfect.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
So,
Yeah.
did anybody spatchcock their turkey yesterday? Spatchcock.
Oh. You're supposed to do that with the turkey?
Yeah. It's where you take the backbone out and you splay it out. I guess it cooks quicker
butterfly it,
and
yeah.
it's more moist.
Does anybody do anything different from their turkey? Like,
call me crazy. I've always been, come from kind of that bread from the cloth of we just do normal shit to our turkey. We put it in the oven. Right. We don't deep fry it in the middle of the goddamn driveway.
Once in a while, you open up, pour the juices back on. That's the extent of it.
Nobody had a
call us crazy.
Matted turducken, you know.
Like that's what you see. All these people, they're like out there blowing their setups up in the driveway and stuff. You always hear about somebody getting hurt on Thanksgiving, like trying to cook a turkey, and I don't know, like
a turkey fryer.
I know. Yeah. Right around 1 o'clock, you hear the fire bells, and you're like, "Oh shit, someone did it wrong."
We know what happened here.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. I traditionally always have because I work in the restaurant business. I always work on Thanksgiving. Honestly, it's you know what?
It's kind of interesting. I usually drink.
Yeah. Well, I did that too.
Tomato, potato.
Still work.
Yeah, but so it was actually really nice. This was the first year in probably 10 years that I've been able to go out the night before Thanksgiving and never have to work or anything like that. Go out and have the full night, and I didn't have to be into work until noon yesterday. So, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much kind of accustomed to working on holidays now, and it's I think my mom and dad are doing Thanksgiving like on Monday. I think that's when we're doing Thanksgiving. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like after I got out of work last night, I went to my girlfriend's mom's house. We had Thanksgiving there. Got one. Now Monday.
Yeah, load me back up.
Yeah,
baby.
Exactly. Oh shit.
I take dinner invites.
Yeah. I also take to-go bags. Whatever you want to
do. Usually, Silbert's family, they don't eat the turkey legs, so I usually grab his turkey leg.
You don't eat the turkey legs?
No.
Not a dark meat.
We're not a dark meat fan.
How is being communist?
So.
These first world problems.
So usually,
I'm sorry. Is the dark meat of the turkey not good enough for you?
The fact
if you were eating garbage like the rest of us.
The fact that this is like the fact that this is like a thing too. Like chicken was just like, oh yeah. So yesterday woke up, had dinner, went to Silber's house, picked up the legs, went home. You know, it's like a thing.
I just sit in my underwear and just eat them.
He pours nacho cheese on it. He's just sucking them down on the way home.
Fucking kick-ass turkey soup with it.
Every year,
man.
man.
Yep.
John's mom's there. Johnny, has chicken come yet for the legs and my legs?
It's funny. She goes, "Does your friend want the legs again?" I go, "Oh yeah, pack them up." So then he stops over the house last night, and in typical fashion, he forgets them. So they're actually in the fridge right over here.
Game on. Perfect. Those might not make it to the end of the show. So
yeah, Thanksgiving keeps on going.
Right. Yeah.
But I like that this year, obviously the Bears played early, and so Thanksgiving had to wait till after that game was over. But I noticed like we did the squares for the Real Men Wear Paint.
Big ups to the people out there.
Yeah.
Thank you for pulling through, man. Like people, we filled all them on Wednesday. We had enough time to get the numbers out. Like Melanie was on her game.
It was smooth.
Dude, as you guys were telling me, like I'm always, whenever I get on those things, for some reason I had this thing where I do everything last minute, but I always get it on like squares last minute and like betting things last minute. I don't know why. It's just like a weird superstition I have, and I keep watching in our group chat. The amount of squares left, and then my mom's texting me, and she's like, "What are you doing for what's going on with this thing with your show?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, it's just a square." She said, "Put me down for $50." I had actually messaged you guys yesterday and be like, "Can we just donate the $50?" Because there's no squares left. I was blown away.
That's awesome.
And yes, they are always looking for donations.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we aren't going to turn any donation away. So
and everybody pulled through. It kept me interested, even in the games that I really didn't have any vested interest in.
That's
and I just kept checking back, and it made it a lot of fun. And I hope we continue doing this in next year as well. It just made the whole Thanksgiving experience a little bit more fun and interactive.
Yeah, and it's got like this camaraderie to it. Like you said, we're all at home. We were all thinking about it. Even though I could give a damn about the Lions or the Bears, honestly, but just to be able to all be invested in these games, and not only on our level, but the whole community and all the fans and everybody got involved, and that was really awesome to see on your guys' end. So that was awesome, man. Unfortunately, I was only about 4 points away from winning in the Lions game, but maybe next year.
I was watching the Bears game, right, and I had like 0 and 6, and they had 20 points. The Bears had, and I'm like, oh no. No, don't tell me the freaking line's gonna come down. I'm gonna win, but I'm gonna be pissed.
There's also that helpless feeling too, like if you're going into the half, like especially going in the half, like when you play squares like for the Super Bowl and the playoffs and stuff like that, and you're going into the half and it's like, all right, here comes the guy for the 64-yard field goal, and he just nailed it, and I just lost like a couple $100. That's always the way those go. Like exactly like Chicken said with the numbers, you're like trying to play the numbers correctly. And like you said too, it's a win-win sometimes, or it can be a win-lose.
And it was a simple board. There weren't any. We didn't have to worry about reverse scores or changing changing numbers every quarter.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just keep it simple, and it's for a great cause. So
I thought that was. It ran really smooth. At first, we were like, okay, let's see if we could pull this off. And people came through, man. That was great. I had a few other people after the fact, like your mom.
Yeah.
Like, oh, can I, like my mom. They're like, oh, can I get in on that? I'm like, no.
And you didn't mean it as a joke?
I know.
I love mom jokes.
Kind of the way you said it. Your mom.
How do you be able to the fact your mom? I hate your mom. And
damn it, she's a good person, okay?
We mean she donated, for God's sakes, people.
And Sil's mom's calling now.
Hello, John. Oh, man. But some pretty crazy football going on, though, huh?
Yeah, speaking of that, we'll start off right with the Bears.
Bears-Lions game. That Blau kid coming in, third-string quarterback for the Lions.
Man,
he was a slippery little bastard.
They 100% underestimated him.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm so mad at that.
Well, and here's the thing, though. This is the perfect time to debut a kid first time, because every time somebody plays the Bears for the first time, they become a superstar.
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick, when he first came out, lit us up.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson. Who else? There's a few out there that, like, every time they come in the game, they just... Carson Wentz.
Right. Yeah, first timers. I don't get it.
The reason I thought, the Lions really stood a chance in that game is that kid came out, he was scrambling around, getting out of the pocket, and then launching 20-plus yards downfield. You didn't see Trubisky start doing that? Well, I don't think until maybe near the end of the game he had a few plays.
They established the run early, so that's why, especially that third play, the play action worked because the Bears were thinking run. They're like, they're not going to make this kid first pass play come out and go for a deep bomb like that. Brilliant.
Yeah. And he was
great game plan the Lions had. But the second half the Bears came out and got really aggressive on D-line. So that's what took them out of their element. They started attacking him.
I think you have to. I think you have to in a game like in a situation exactly like you're talking about, John. It's weird that it took that long to halftime to do that.
I know.
I expected that right off the bat. Yeah. I'm like, the Bears should fucking pin their ears back and just go get this kid.
Yeah, I know.
And I didn't understand that. You got
put the fear of God
in coverage, and he's not rushing the quarterback. I'm like, you have an inexperienced kid at quarterback. Rush him.
Leonard Floyd's in covers, isn't he like 3'10"?
No, he's like 6'5" with a wingspan of like 7 foot. He's like weird out there. You're like, he's out like this huge monster.
He does have those like weird arms, those like gargoyle arms.
He's like, but like that was one of his weaknesses, was he wasn't good in coverage. I mean, he did well, but like I'd rather see him pin his ears back and go after, especially since Mac wasn't getting to him.
I know. Where has Mac been this whole season, man? I mean, he does lead the league in forced fumbles. I saw during the game, maybe like 5-6 of them or something. But
once Akeem Hicks went out, I think it really kind of like took the sail out of the, like the wind out of their sails, because Akeem Hicks is that monster in the middle.
Sail out of their winds.
Sailed out of their winds. Yeah. The wind beneath your butt. But Akeem Hicks was that push up the middle with Goldman, and that like who are you going to double team there, and then that left Mac either free or Floyd free, but they don't have that now. Nobody's filling in that void, and the aggression. Like Hicks was like also an emotional leader too.
Right.
Nobody's picking up that thing right there. And the play calling. The coaching in this game.
I can only imagine which way we're going to go with this conversation.
God. All right. Fourth down. Right. And third down. I almost said Cutler.
Let's not go back.
Jimmy McMahon.
He can scramble for the first down, and he doesn't. He backs away, and then now it's fourth down. They come out, they take a timeout to decide whether they're going to kick a field goal or go for it. Well, they decided to go for it. You're coming out of a goddamn fucking timeout. You almost get a delay of game, which should have been called a delay of game.
Yeah.
But instead you get a formation call, illegal formation, out of a freaking break on fourth down. So you don't even have the opportunity to even go for it.
Yeah.
That's coaching. Yeah. That's bad coaching. And then
the stupid penalties, I totally agree with you. This all comes down to coaching. Their penalties, I'd like to see where they are compared to the Browns, who are just as bad. It's gross. These didn't happen last year.
Right.
So something. What the fuck is wrong?
And you seen right after they made that big play down to Miller towards the end zone. He almost got in for a score. And they're pushing. They're no huddle. And you get up there and you get a delay of game. How do you get a delay of game on a no huddle?
Right.
Wait, what?
I didn't see that play.
I didn't see that either.
He's telling them, like, hurry. And they get a delay of game.
Was somebody fucking off back down the field or something? What the fuck
I have
happened?
no idea. The coaches aren't getting the plays in.
They stop, smoke break.
Bad management.
They're right there. You got to have.
Awful.
Really?
Yeah.
You would just, if I were coaching a team, you get a big play like that, you just hurry up and you run it up the gut.
Yeah, was this at like the end of the half or a quarter? Or what? When was
It was
this?
at the end of the first half, I believe.
Yeah.
Towards the end of that first half.
So I think I remember Thanksgiving.
It was a questionable call.
It happened.
No, I remember Thanksgiving where the Lions were playing somebody and they were hurry up down to the goal line, and then Stafford just took it. Everyone lined up and quick snapped it and just stuck his hand in.
I think that was against the Cowboys.
Yeah, was that like a Thanksgiving a couple years ago or something?
Yeah, I remember that play too. I can't think of what it was, but yeah, I think it was against the Cowboys.
No, it can't
on
be on Thanksgiving. No, they can't play each other on Thanksgiving.
It must have been Green Bay then.
Well, either way,
Well,
so
listen,
they did the exact opposite.
When it comes down to it, do you really blame it all?
They did polar opposite.
In that instance right there, right? So, like, if you're coming down and you're no huddle and it's a questionable call, like they were going to review the catch.
Yeah.
And it could have went either way at that point. You're lining up, you're no huddle, get on the field, you should just have a run right up the gut with your running back. Who cares if you get stopped for a loss? Like, you're at the goal line. Chances are they're on their back, they're on their heels because you just got this huge play on them. You run right up the gut, they're not going to stop you.
There's got to be I've never been in a football huddle or anything like that. But there's got to be a thing.
Leave it.
There's got to be just a default play that you go to.
Yeah.
Like if you're ever in a jam, just turn around and, like you said, turn around, hand it off, run it right.
See, in Madden's, I would
stick your arm over the goal.
Yeah.
Plan B,
Yeah, you have to have those select plays when you go to it. But I don't know. It's almost as if you don't have good coaching you don't have coaches that are really kind of solidifying, taking charge, and you don't have Trubisky doing the same thing. So there's that void. There's no get up and go. There's nobody cracking the whip on him.
And that's it. Like, I think the Nagy not making the right choices. I've been on football teams, and like the coach calls a play, and you're like, "It's not going to work. This is such a bad play. Why are we doing this?"
Yeah.
And you know the players are saying the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're like, "Dude, come on! Like, pick a play that we know we can run." You know, like this is bad. And like I feel like that's what's going on with Trubisky. I feel like Trubisky and Nagy aren't on the same page.
No.
Nagy took this whole coach of the year thing last year way to his head instead of just coaching football. Man, just play football. Teach that line how to block. You know what I mean? But like when you're coming off out of a timeout, you shouldn't be getting anywhere near a delay of game.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, blew my mind.
And if you don't believe in your kicker that bad, why is he still on the team?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You send him out there to make that you get that field goal. If he misses, you're off the team, putty. Like get somebody that knows how to do their job.
Yeah.
Like it just
it's frustrating.
Coaching.
It's frustrating.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It has to be frustrating from a fan's perspective. Did Detroit wear those god awful Thanksgiving uniforms they always wear that are just very simple and plain? Like they just look like shit.
They wore the all grays.
The all grays.
Gray,
They did.
baby blue.
Yeah.
Any Lions jerseys pretty much pretty bad.
I like the all grays.
Yeah, I like those all grays too. Well, I mean, I guess we'll.
Makes a great tea.
Shut up, John. Shut up.
But I do say like the Lions.
Who are you? Jesus.
This message brought to you by John's 55th birthday today. He is officially an old dad making old dad jokes, and we'd like to say congratulations.
Somebody tell him he's here.
He's got a he's got a fairly late 4:45 dinner reservation tonight.
You got to work tonight?
No.
Oh, sweet.
No, I am a free man.
All right.
I don't see a Utica Club or an Uncle Charlie in your hand.
Yeah, the waitress sucks around here.
The waitress sucks.
But I was going to say the Lions are in good shape.
Pass.
You are a wonderful man.
Oh, watching this is fun. Oh, there we go.
Thanks, Zach.
You're welcome.
I
That's what I
can't
do.
wait to see his stomach show up on the camera.
It's not as big as it used to be.
You're all welcome for that.
No, just boobed it. But I was going to say, like, if
son.
Matthew Stafford does retire, I feel like the Lions are in decent shape with the two quarterbacks that they have. Driscoll, I thought, played really, really well the couple games that he was out. And this kid played really well.
Yeah.
Neither of them are the future.
I don't know.
Neither of them will be there next year.
I disagree.
I think Bly. I think the one thing Bly did for himself was that he probably worked himself into getting at least another contract next year.
Yeah.
Driscoll will be a career backup, and I don't know where Detroit's going to go quarterback wise. I mean, they might. You know what though? They might have to go with Driscoll to get the guy next year
for what they're paying these two guys.
So
why not? Why not keep him on there? If Stafford does decide that he's done, then you sign these
I
guys.
think this Blau Kids is the next Nick Foles story, baby.
Oh. Get out of here.
You guys both sigh.
Did you go drinking before you came?
What do you mean, half a hero? God. Half a hero?
The halfway hero, dude.
Fuck that.
Pat Keeley checking in from Rochester.
Pat.
I loved him in Something About Mary. Great.
Let's talk about the best, the most exciting, the biggest news of the day. Yesterday, the Bills and the Cowboys. Buffalo is real, gentlemen. The Buffalo Bills.
I'm just here to gloat.
Yeah,
I said it earlier. I'm just here to gloat.
It's so funny how much 2 weeks can do for a guy, because I think Josh Allen was like on his way out the door 2 weeks ago in Buffalo. The way people were making it seem. And then he had a day yesterday.
Dude,
the guy had a day yesterday.
Yesterday he was a dude.
No.
That one play where he was fighting for those yards, bad snap, gets it off the dude's ass, picks it up, and then fights over for the first down. I mean, I was in it. I was in the game the whole way from then on. And
Tony Romo was in love with him after that play.
My God, look at the effort.
I love Tony Romo.
Yeah.
I would listen to that guy call a Pop Warner game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, he's just so excited about every game. But one of the funnier comments I heard yesterday after the game was Cole Beasley saying, he said, "I'm on the right side of the tracks now."
Wow.
When he was talking about being in Buffalo or in Dallas, and Cole Beasley had a day yesterday, and Cole Beasley and people like Josh Allen, and we've said this before, are the antithesis of what Buffalo Bills football is now.
Yep.
It's that hard-nosed blue collar players that are going out and getting the job done.
Getting big plays.
That's a great defense. It was really, dude, they're fast. It was great to watch just them cover.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like Cole Beasley fits his team really well, more so than Dallas. At Dallas, he was like the second, therd fiddle. Like, remember when he was there, you had Dez Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the guy. And he was doing all the dirty work that Dez didn't want to do.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like the Dallas fans really viewed him as somebody that valuable. Whereas he comes to Buffalo, like you said, blue collar town. They like that kind. They
love this fucking
the
kid.
Don Beebe types. The small little guys getting knocked around.
Yep.
They love that shit, and good for him to find that team that he fits, and with that defense and that running game emerging.
Yeah.
They just got to pick up a good tight end or another
a tight end,
a wide receiver, like wide receiver.
These two kids they've been going with the Knox
and
what's the other kid?
Dawson.
Yeah, Dawson. They've been pretty good, and also too. I mean, Tyler Kroft is a guy they signed.
Kroft, yep.
They signed this offseason, and he's a guy that I think he's been on the IR all season, but he'll be a guy when he comes back. Those three are good. You're right, Chicken. That's what they needed, but I think they might have filled that void in undrafted free agent signings in the draft. I don't think that and I also don't really think there's a superstar tight end that's available now in the NFL. You kind of just tend to keep your tight ends and you keep them close to your chest. Yeah. I feel like the last time a big time tight end made a move was Greg Olsen.
Well,
fuck you.
Well, no, you look at like Trey Burton.
Yeah,
I look, backing up Ertz, who like didn't get a chance to get into the game a lot. But he's an emerging tight end. Yeah. He can do really well. I look at some of those guys that maybe somebody like him.
Yeah. That's kind of what similar to what Kroft is. When they signed him last year, he was with Cincinnati. So, like you said, I mean, it's just Buffalo's headed in the right direction. Singletary is
looking good.
Been playing really well. Yeah. And Frank Gore, ups to Frank Gore for old man Frank.
I was listening on the AM.
Man Frank so much.
Yeah. I was listening on the AM station, and I'm almost 100% positive. They said Frank Gore coming out, even though he's 58 years old, still running the ball. I'm almost positive I heard that.
He loves it. He found himself a spot for the end of his career that
he enjoys.
You can go and you can be. What's that?
Third all-time rushing. He just
he just passed Barry.
He's the old. He's pops in the locker room. He's granddad in the locker room.
Yeah,
so.
I'm one of those guys that says me and I finally found when referring to like my team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I finally have my Jerome Bettis, and I'm okay with put him in on short yardage.
he'll make holes. Yeah.
I'm very much enjoying motor starting now.
Yeah.
Like being the focus, just bring Frank, get what you need to get, and just be a locker room leader. Because I like young team,
leader.
hungry, blue collar, couple veterans like him, Lorenzo, Jerry.
See, and I
keep
feel,
everything gelling.
I feel a lot of teams, and my Bears as well, they don't put a lot of precedent on leadership. They, like years ago when the Bears you had like Urlacher was the leader, and then they kind of did him dirty.
Yeah.
But like a guy like Frank Gore, excuse me, how many teams would be like, oh, that guy's old, let's get a young guy in here, like let's see what he can do. But they don't look at like the leadership that he could bring in, what he could bring into the locker room to teach these young players how to hit the hole right, or lower their shoulder, keep their feet churning, and and they look at him with a lot of respect because it's Frank Gore. He's third on the all-time rushing list. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna listen. I feel the same way with Golden Tate over there in the Giants. Like he's that old school, that tough guy down there, teaching them how to be tough. And I feel like you need that quarterback wise. I mean. Look at Lamar Jackson, what he's doing. But nobody's talking about RG3 right behind him who can teach him and who took the role and say, you know what, I know I'm not going to start over this kid. Let me teach this kid how to be better and how to help my team in that that way.
How to be safe maybe a little bit too.
It's also that's also a very precarious. Pardon me. Precarious. Oh man,
Jesus, smoke another one.
Pardon me. That's also
sound like me 5 minutes waking up, and I smoke like a pack a day. Jesus. Sound like Vince McMahon.
What were we talking about?
This is brought to you by emphysema.
Oh man.
But that's all, the having guys like a Frank Gore and different players like that has to be something that's taken upon with the blessing of the head coach, and that's why this team's bought into Sean McDermott. And there's been times where like McDermott's teetered on the edge of like, is this going to work? Is it not? This team's fully bought into him, and he's fully bought into the team, and I think that's what makes a huge difference. You don't see that with some other teams. Like, do you like? I feel like you kind of have to start, asking the same questions if you're in the Bears locker room that we ask every week, about Matt Nagy and the play calling, and you have to start thinking about that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's bought into McDermott and his style, whereas has a locker room in Chicago is that why they're 6-6.
And to be fair with Nagy, it is his second year. The sophomore year is usually the hardest. People got tape on you. You try to like learn more than you should. Like the first year, you do a smaller playbook. You kind of like do the things that you can do.
Sure.
Now he wants to like expand it. Now this is year 2. Let's go out there and like try new things. And I think that's what's hurting them. And I feel like he's got one more year. They got to give him one more year to try it out. To the problems.
I'm happy to be first in some things, but the fact that the Bears are first in 3 and outs. I'm not happy. And drop passes. Yeah. Okay.
That's a great stat. What are you talking about, man? That's how you win.
But that's and I look at lack of leadership. I mean, you look at that. They're all young. So you get a guy like Frank Gore in there, and
even Cole Beasley.
Yeah, Cole Beasley, another guy that's been around for a little while, played it for a couple teams. Frank Gore played 3-4 teams now,
easily.
Bills, Dolphins,
49ers.
49ers, obviously. Colts, yep.
Yeah. No. So he's been around. He's had success.
He's no Fitzpatrick, but he's been around.
And he's also had losses. I mean, he lost that Super Bowl. Like he knows what it's like to, not be that number one guy. I mean, there was a couple of times there in Indy, he looked like garbage, like he should have retired. And, then he came back. So, like, these young guys, you got to look at this guy and be like, wow, this guy's a trooper. He's been through a lot of shit and not just instant success. Like, I look at somebody like Ezekiel Elliott, right from the get-go, boom, he's had a lot of success.
Yeah.
What happens when the shit starts running down? He gets hurt. He's not hitting the holes. They don't have a good offensive line that opens up the lanes for him. How's he going to react? How is he going to respond?
I think people forget, too, like, just going back to the coaching thing, if you're an NFL coach, you know what you're doing. It's not
shit, right?
They're not just taking chumps out.
Right.
So you can rag on them all you want, like a fucking.
You're a Steelers fan, okay? So you guys had good coaches for the past.
I know, but any of these guys, you know what I mean? Like they have earned their way to that spot, and so even though they have rough seasons with rough teams and rough, corporate offices and shit that brings them down, it doesn't all fall back on their quality of coaching and the fact that they're a good coach. So that's what we're seeing prospers where we should be.
Trestman is a good coach. Is a good coach.
Not for the Bears, he
in
was.
Canada.
I mean, yeah. but Zach's right. It's like when we start calling players bad.
Yeah.
Well,
dust me. The biggest lineman on any team will dust me in a 40-yard dash. You know what I mean?
So
they're good players, good coaching.
I'm pretty sure you'd pull something.
But speaking of, you know who's a bad coach?
Continuously pulled something.
You know who's a bad coach? Jason Garrett. How did he not get fired last night after?
Right.
Jason Garrett's not a bad coach.
How the fuck does he?
Average coach.
How the fuck does he still have his job?
I don't know.
After what Jerry said last week, there's a picture. It looked like a fucking mob scene of reporters after that game waiting for Jerry Jones to come out.
And did you see the teary-eyed speech where he's like, talking about the team and everything? Then he ends it with they're going to stick with Garrett.
There's a fucking reason why they're trading camps in Hollywood.
I think
he's a fucking actor.
Adam Gase is going there next.
Good.
The Adam Gase tour continues.
I think he could go to. I think he could go to Dallas, become the puppet.
Now Gase has already got another year in New York.
Sorry.
So I just don't understand how you come out yesterday and say we won't fire him in season. If you're the head coach, I would just be like,
why even talk about it?
Let's just do it. I mean, if I'm Garrett, I would just at this point I'd be like, I'm a lame duck anyways. Let's just do it, because here's my thing. You have a young offensive coordinator in Kellen Moore who's respected by the locker room. Why not just at this point with 4 games to go? It's the Packers did it with McCarthy. All right, they fired him after week 13.
Yeah.
And so why not just make the move now and put Kellen Moore in charge and see what he does? See what happens. I mean, shit. It can't hurt. Maybe it lights that spark under the team.
Maybe, okay, so him not getting fired, but no, he's going to start taking more chances now to try and save his job. So it might actually be interesting for Dallas.
And here's the thing, though. You forget about
That's
Dallas.
a good point, Jeff.
Dallas is all about image.
Yep.
And Jerry Jones is about image.
Yeah.
And so, if he, fires Garrett now, it looks like he lost control of the team. And then they're getting all this negative image in Dallas, and then his investors and fans and stuff started coming down on him. And that's the game he's playing. He's playing public, public image. He wants to make sure that they look good.
That's I've got obvious bias here. I'm sitting here with a freaking Josh Allen Funko Pop model and everything, but that's another reason why I love that win so much yesterday, though, because it's complete contrast. You got corporate image versus small time. No one gives a shit about us. Who the fuck are the Buffalo Bills? And they come in and they smash them, because that game wasn't as close as that score shows.
No, yeah, absolutely right.
Or Dak's stat line, it looks pretty. 350 or whatever, passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yeah,
but
42 attempts or something crazy.
Watch the game. The Bills owned that game.
And here's
after the first 2 drives.
We've said that the NFC or the AFC East is probably one of the weaker divisions in all of football.
Yeah,
but
the Bills and the Jets ran through the NFC East, except for the Eagles, that one game against the Eagles.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
I was there.
They ran, and the Bills and the Jets are not the best teams in that division. Obviously, New England, but to run through the NFC East the way they've done just shows you the AFC, the NFC East sucks.
Yeah, the Jets can't beat anybody except for NFC East teams.
Yeah, it's true.
It's amazing.
It's true.
And the Raiders.
And the Raiders.
Heck of a win, though.
Oh, my God.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
They fucking destroyed the Raiders. Jesus Christ.
They've been putting up 34 points consistently. This is the team. It's if you beat the Bill, if you'd hung on and beaten the Bills week 1, and then
whole dynamic changes.
Darnold doesn't get mono.
This is a weird instance. We could talk about 2 Bears wins since the last time we were on.
I know, right?
Oh, God, cool.
We're fucking 500.
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this moment all week.
What I was thinking about with the Jets, though, what did you think the Jets were going to do this year?
I feel like a baseball team.
Realistically, what I thought the Jets would be 9-7.
Yep.
On the cusp of a playoff spot.
I was thinking more 7-9. Not a knock. But 7-9. I mean, they're a team that were on a young team trying to rebuild. So what's the record now?
They're 4-7.
So they're not that far off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a couple more wins, it's right where you expected them to be. Like, we never expected the Jets to be, crowning that division. We knew that it was going to be New England. I was shocked that Buffalo is as strong as they are.
And the Jets are going to have a sad loss on Week 17. Yeah. That's cool. But besides that, you can win the rest of your games, maybe.
That could be a huge game.
It could.
Yeah. Enormous game.
Could.
And this is why I hate when people say, "Oh, they need to tank. They need to tank." People are saying the Jets need to tank early on. No, you fight, you win, and then you see what you got at the end of the year.
3 weeks ago, the Jets had chicken. To your point, 3 weeks ago, the Jets had I think it was a 17 or 18%, and I know that sounds low, but in the realm of things, it's very high percent chance of getting the first overall pick in the draft.
Holy crap!
Yeah, and now they'll be probably in the middle of the first round at this point. So,
but you got a better understanding of what you need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like my whole team based on one player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, go out there and see what you got. Like, take those average guys that you don't think are that good and see how they come together and play.
It's the story. I was telling you guys about the kid from Rutgers, Blessed Austin, the cornerback. He's statistically been the best cornerback in the NFL for the last 2 weeks. Okay, this is a kid that they drafted in the 6th round, hurt, sat a whole year. Okay, was one of the top cornerbacks in college. They took a chance on him. This is, these are the little sparks that you get for a team that is turning things around that just won a game 34-3 against another team that's been pretty good this year.
Yep.
Very surprising this year. The Raiders have been.
Yeah.
So it's good to see. It's exciting to see. They're Jamal Adams thing is hopefully kind of gone away for right now. The problems that they were having with him. So, you know what? Why not? They could win out. They could go 8-8. I mean, well, I'll agree to the 8-8. Okay. Well, I'll give the Bills the win. But
I'll meet you in the middle.
Yeah. This is going to be a nice test going into next year over the next 4 games. You've got Baltimore. Okay, they've got to play Baltimore, and they've got to play Buffalo.
Yeah.
Oh, and
so.
Hey, Kobe's here.
Well, there he is.
I make no.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Perry.
Medea.
How was the debate? Hey, man. How are you?
All right, can we just finally get to what I've been wanting to talk about since I walked in the door, and that is how hard Matt Ryan was stiff-armed when he threw that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Right up there, dude.
Holy shit, my man!
So funny.
All right, so undrafted, right? Undrafted, what defensive end or something? I don't remember who the kid was.
Yeah, it was a D end or you were a nose guard.
Rear end.
Rear end.
It was undrafted rear end from.
Drafted rear end.
Nice one-handed pick there.
Yeah, so Ryan kind of tries to check it down a little bit, goes right into the dude's arms, runs it down, and just pushes him back into the earth, man. I loved it, and I have Ryan in fantasy as my QB. I wanted nothing more than him not to fucking keep losing the ball, but God, that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
He just totally.
Props to Maddie for trying.
That dude was like, "Get the fuck away from me, quarterback." I don't think so.
You got postered.
But he had the ball in the right hand.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
If Patterson, Cordell Patterson, when he was running that back in the first quarter, he had the ball in the wrong hand. If he switched hands, he could have stiff-armed him and maybe got like a few more yards or even scored.
Oh, the second kick off you're talking about in the first quarter? Yeah. When he made to like the 50 or something.
But I thought some great games. What was the scores? The winning scores are 24, 26, and 26.
Right.
So, I mean, in the close games.
Oh, my God. We haven't even announced the winners of the squares.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We didn't. All right. Yeah, I got it here somewhere.
Caleb,
here we go.
Why don't you tell them about the Nye Volkswagen?
Oh, our friends over at Nye?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't have my read up.
All right.
And this is brought to you by Blackout Friday.
The winners from the first half from the Bears-Lions game. First half was Liz Brill, and then Jeremy Bush was the final winner.
That's in the Bears game. Correct?
That's in the Bears game. Now
she won 50, he won 100.
Yeah, and so then the Bills-Cowboys game. Jamie Bush was the. So Jamie Bush again won the first half of the.
I still have
Bills
no idea
game.
who won anything right now. Son.
And then Chrissy Williams won the final. So far, Jamie Bush has got 2. fucking wins, right?
Is it Jamie or Jenny or Jerry or who is it?
Jamie.
I don't know, but he's got like 300 or
Jasmine
So
Bush.
far, he's got $150.
Half of these sound like stage
Could be a
names.
girl too, by the way.
Jasper Jafar.
So now the Saints Falcon games.
Jafar.
Jeff Burke won the first half, and then fucking Jamie Bush again.
No way.
Fucking wins.
Come on.
the
Just
fucking
cleaned
final.
up. 250.
250.
Cleaned up.
Jarek Bush.
Jared Bush. No.
Yeah. Now, you know,
Thank you, everyone.
$250 sitting there watching football.
Yeah.
Great.
do you know where else you can get $250 from? You know what you do? Do you know what you do?
What a transition.
You go down and you stop at the showroom at 5865 Taberg Road, Rome, and see what all their customers love their Nye VW. All right. Mention disruption and receive.
$250 off.
So Jamie, you've got 250. They'll give you 250.
Math.
We're $500 ahead already.
Wait a minute.
Go down to Nye VW and check out their inventory. All right.
Let me crunch those numbers.
Yeah.
See if that works.
Anyone have a calculator today?
250, 250, carry the one. All right, we got it.
That's a tank of gas.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, Caleb.
yes, of course.
Thanks,
no problem.
for the winners. I mean, that's great. Jamie, was it Jamie Bush?
Yes.
Jamie Bush won $250, and all the proceeds.
Who?
Who won?
What would it? All the proceeds go to the Real Men We're Paying for Breast Cancer Awareness. So I want to thank everybody, man. Like you said before, we were kind of counting down, saying, "Man, there's like 40 numbers left, 50 numbers." Like,
Dude, it blew my mind when you said the Bills game was closed and there's like 14 spots left in the Saints game and like 10 in the other game. I was like, damn.
Yeah, and then
You
it
know,
like a
like-
half hour later, fucking, we're all squared away. I was like, sweet.
Yeah. So
yeah, and Melanie was giving me updates, shooting me updates right along, and man, she killed it. She crushed it. I just want to say thanks for everybody that donated, and thank you guys for helping make this happen.
yeah. Way to go, everyone. Nice job. So I do want to go back and touch on a couple games from last week.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
All right, from last Sunday. I know we're
You want to talk about the Bears-Giants game, right?
oh my God! If I hear the fucking Bears,
How
one more
much the
time.
Bears are
Oh
trying to
my
lose that
God.
game.
I know, right? Jesus Christ.
You guys want there are other teams in football,
Well,
right?
it started off with Houston Indy, which was actually a really good
Awesome Thursday night.
It
Yeah.
was a good game.
Awesome Thursday night.
I just had to pull up the scores here because somebody didn't make sheets as a holiday.
fucking fuck.
Oh, by the way, too, just a takeaway from that night game last night too. The Falcons, thank God, are finally eliminated from playoff.
Are they?
I know.
Dude,
Now they're going to win all
Thank
the way out.
God.
Now they're gonna win.
3 onside kicks. That's like fucking winning the lottery, man.
Yeah. Dan Quinn's gone. All right, he's got to be fired at the end of the season. I'm surprised he's not fired yet either.
Bring back Smith.
Yeah, Mike Smith. Oh boy.
If you were to tell me that team was in the Super Bowl just a couple of years ago, I'd say you're full of shit. They collapsed under their own weight.
You want to know 2 games I want to mention right here, and they're both really relevant for this week, is the way that the 49ers dismantled the Packers.
Oh, fuck.
Completely destroyed.
I've
And
been saying it since the beginning. 49ers in the Super Bowl, baby.
I loved every minute of Aaron Rodgers getting the snots knocked out of him.
Of course you did.
And then, of course, the Ravens and Rams. That one was 45-6. The Packers was 37-8.
Blew their fucking door.
Are we?
Both teams just completely annihilated
Slaughter.
really good teams.
Yeah.
Like really good teams.
Are we gonna right now? Are we confident enough as we go into week 13 here to put Lamar Jackson heavily in front in the MVP voting?
I wouldn't say heavily. No, I'm still got Russell Wilson.
I knew you were gonna
Next
fucking
one.
yank Russell Wilson.
Dude, he's
Why not?
just crushing it. I mean,
Yeah.
He's a magic man. Bro.
For all you can't see it, Caleb's eyes rolled in through the back of his head.
Yeah.
Out of his head.
I caught them and gave them back.
We'll go into the other room while fucking Chicken pulls his pants down for everybody, okay? In the watch party here, okay? Because he loves that guy.
There's JMO on top of the microwave if you want any.
Yes,
Or
please.
grab it. Yeah.
Greg coming right from Big Mama's house.
Medea. Oh, man. Well, welcome, Greg.
Did you just reference a Martin Lawrence classic?
Tyler Perry. It's open. I hope I got it right. No, I didn't.
Oh man.
Anyway,
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot coming out of it. I keep saying week after week, the Niners are proving themselves. This week and next Sunday is going to be huge for them. They play the Ravens this Sunday, Saints next Sunday. I mean,
that's big.
Saints just win their division. Their defense is pretty solid. Man,
There's a couple
I
really
fucking
good
love the Niners, dude. I'm telling you, they're going the distance.
This part of the season right now is getting really good. I mean, we just seen the Cowboys lose twice since we were last on, and the Bears win twice, and now they face each other next week for a Thursday night game. Both teams I have no
authority. Jesus.
Yo, we're tight. We got this going on. We're the only ones participating in Blackout Friday. I feel like I'm with a bunch of My Little Pony fans.
You guys are, keeping everything over there.
That's all.
It looks like a beer can, kind of, right? Canada Dry? Diet soda? Responsibility. It tastes great.
No, it doesn't. Chicken, I was just kind of thinking about, too, you bring up the fact that we missed, there's some teams that have played 2 games since the last time we were on the air. There's like 3 teams that have played 2 games that have their seasons have like drastically changed.
Right.
From the Bills, 2 big wins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It kind of really pushed them ahead. All right. Not only Atlanta eliminated from the playoffs. Eliminated. Remember, we kind of thought, we were thinking, oh, maybe they're kind of on the comeback trail. Maybe things are going to get better. And the Bears, with 2 wins, and kind of getting themselves back in the hunt.
And like you said, the Cowboys with 2 losses.
Yeah.
Like now that really messes
exactly
the East.
The Cowboys with 2 losses. I mean, these teams, like, it was a very kind of bang polarizing few days for these teams. So it's
certain teams like the Bears you thought were down and out, they're dead.
Yeah.
Or the Bills coming off their loss against the Browns. Are they gonna are they gonna falter?
Yeah.
And the Browns or the Bills responded right back, which I got to give the Bills a lot of credit because, like you said, there's been that turning point in every Bills season that they're like, all right, we're back.
You look like you just stepped on your.
Yep.
You got your nut pinched in between the toilet seat.
I did. I got my nuts pinched in my belly with that Jameson shot. Good God.
He was like, oh God, I just pooped.
To be honest, I hope people just keep picking against the Bills because there's a great graphic from yesterday of everybody just picking Dallas. I'm like, keep doing that. Same thing with the Broncos.
Have the Bills
Dallas
lost more than one game, 2 games in a row yet?
No.
Right. So, we've been waiting for them to crash, and they responded with wins. And that's where I think this McDermott-led team is much different than what we've seen before.
Something fucking happened in that locker room at MetLife Stadium week 1 at halftime. Something fucking happened. McDermott went in there
again.
It might have been. There might have been a different game. I know Tremaine Edmonds. Speaking of like veteran leadership and young players, Tremaine Edmonds only a year 2.
Yeah.
I guess he's usually a very quiet guy. I don't think it was week 1. It might have been, but he gave a locker room speech at halftime, like a teary-eyed one.
Yeah.
Not to get all sentimental, and they just came out and. He's fired in all cylinders because they really are kind of a second half team this year.
No.
I'm still mad at the Bears for not drafting him.
Tremaine?
Yeah.
He's wonderful. I love that man. He's a beautiful human being.
Another player to realize on the Bills too, because to kind of that bunch of unsung heroes. Is I love Matt Milano, and also too, I remember when they drafted this guy. Tre'Davious White.
Wait, oh my God, I love Trey's my dude.
People were like, oh, here we go, fucking next 10 years the Bills are gonna suck. Like that, like this was like the pick. Like everybody was like, where you hear Radio City Music Hall if the Jets make a bad pick, just fucking boo. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this poor guy's got to go up there and stand in front of these fans. Now
McDermott's fire with corners too.
Yeah,
and he's been
the
match
best
made in heaven.
He's been the best cornerback in the NFL this year. This white kid. So I don't know, man. It's going to be the one thing you worry about though is like these guys getting to free agency.
Yeah,
but let's enjoy it now. We don't need to think about that.
Hey, listen. This is how you really respect a team: is you have them just sit there in mediocrity and just badness for like 2 decades.
Yeah,
and so that's why when people are like, "You're not mad that Dallas just scored the opening drive," I'm like, nope, it's early. Listen, even if they lose, it's okay.
But here's the thing:
been losing forever.
You're a Bills fan, right?
Yeah,
and you haven't won since the mid '90s.
Yeah,
and you accepted the fact. How come Dallas fans can't?
I have a lot of friends that are Dallas fans.
You know what I'm saying? You haven't been over since '96. You know what I'm saying? Like, get over it.
That's rough.
Yeah,
It's true, though.
You're 100% right. I'm like, wow, that's so fucking mean, but it's true.
It's like,
Because-
I will admittedly say I hate the New England Patriots. Greg, you're a New England Patriots fan because they beat everybody's ass every year.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm a hater because they're good. I hate Aaron Rodgers because he kicks my team's ass every single year. I admit I'm a hater. But the Cowboys?
We're just more humble.
You haven't done anything.
Yeah.
We're modest.
Yeah.
They're loud.
Yeah, you haven't done anything until you're actually in a Super Bowl for crying out loud. The Bears have been in the Super Bowl since the Cowboys have been in the Super Bowl. Right. And they're all like, oh, 85. No, 06, asshole.
To Dallas's credit, especially in the NFC East, they should be like Patriots like record right now. With the players that they have, it comes down to coaching.
Chicken, the point you're making now goes back to exactly what we touched on a little while ago, and that's the image of both teams. That there's that blue collar image in Buffalo with not only just the players but also the fans. You know, like Bills fans genuinely care about their team, whereas you hear about Cowboys fans, they're kind of all spread out over the country. Yep. It's like, yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan.
It's country.
But they're the first people to jump ship if something is bad. Every Cowboys fan has their second favorite team.
Yeah.
Well,
and they love to tell you about it.
They used to be 49er fans, then they went over to become Cowboys fans.
That's why they all have jerseys.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I'm a Bills fan and I have a team in like every division. So, I mean,
there's always the teams you pull for, but at the end of the day, if somebody said, who are you a fan of? It's the goddamn Buffalo Bills.
So
you know?
Me, it's like there's one team in the NFL, and the rest of them I fucking loathe.
Yeah. And now, which team do you like?
And I'm not even a players guy. I am strictly midnight blue and orange, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Bears all the way. You know, I don't care. I don't care if I hated you on another team. If you're a Bear now, I love you.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not a players man. I'm an organization man. So that's it, man. Fucking blue and orange.
You're a company man?
He's a company man.
See,
He's a rambling man.
I'm a diehard Bears fan. I have been since I was like 8 years old. But like coming like 90s when the Bears were just dismal, and there's no Bears, like it was before DirecTV and all that. Like you never seen a Bears game on TV. Yeah. So like my brother's a Giants fan. I followed the Giants most of my life. I rooted for him when unless they're on the Bears. But I became a Kansas City Chiefs fan back in the early 90s.
What?
Oh yeah.
I understand why. You got Christian Okoye and Barry Word, big bruising ruck and running back.
You had Neil Smith,
Neil
Derek
Peart,
Thomas, James Hasty. You had
Joe Montaigne.
These guys I went to elementary school with? I don't know who the fuck these are.
These guys were bad, dude. These guys were the best defense in
They could be making all this shit up, 100% of it, and I wouldn't know the difference.
Fucking fuck yourselves.
Let me tell you this. Little bit.
They got fucking Tiberius DeBrickashaw out there. They got friggin' Brickmaster Flex.
Let me teach
He's in the guard slot.
Let me teach a youngin' something. Derek Thomas is a single game sack leader. Like he's got the most sacks in one game, 7.
Mm-hmm.
He's also got the second most sacks in one game with 6.
6. Yep. He was
Once
a
against the Raiders,
monster.
and
Yep.
once against Seahawks.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm old too, man.
Yeah,
I know I don't look it, but I'm 36. I'm old.
Man, these guys
I get
all
you.
exist.
You look at the 90s Chiefs. It was the Chiefs
Fucking
and
millennials.
the Vikings were the two best teams in that.
Okay, Boomer.
All right, Boomer.
They were the two best teams that never made it to the Super Bowl in that decade. It was. They went 13-3. That's where Rich Gannon would play for the Kansas City Chiefs for a while. And but I adopted. My point was I adopted that team because I loved their defense. I loved the way they played. And the Bears were just god awful. But I still had the Bears were my team. You know what I mean? And if the Chiefs and the Bears are playing, I rooted for the Bears. Unless there's playoff implications and the Bears are out of it and the Chiefs needed to win then I would go for the Chiefs.
I got a query for you guys. How come?
Hey.
Oh boy, here we go.
How come when the Browns had a losing season, every game they lost throughout the whole year, people were ragging so hard. They wanted them to just collapse and dismantle the team. But when the Bengals are 0-11, nobody bats a fucking eye.
Nobody cares.
Nobody even mentions them. They don't even exist. Not once have they come up in
Until
any
their
conversation.
owner dies, I do not recognize them.
I know one Bengals
worthless.
fan. One.
Yeah, I did
It's
too.
your sister.
Yeah.
That's it.
My buddy Jay from college. And he's also a Bills fan, though, so I don't even know if that counts.
Think about this gong show that's going on there right now in Cincinnati. Nobody gives a fuck about Cincinnati.
Nobody gives a
fuck. No, they put Andy Dalton back in.
Cincinnati, Ohio's God's asshole. So, like, first off, and then second off,
it's the sphincter of the world.
Second off, this team's fucking going nowhere. Okay, like it's Zach Taylor. Horrible idea for you to take this job. Okay, should have stayed in L.A. another season. And not for nothing, you went to Ryan Finley, and now you're going back to Andy Dalton after you fucked Andy Dalton over by not allowing him to seek a trade. Okay, you make this change at the weirdest time to go to Finley a few weeks ago. And now you're going to ask Dalton to go back out there and go back to him. And thank God that Andy Dalton's been in Cincinnati long enough and cares about Cincinnati. The fact that he does, obviously, he's a competitor and he's a pro, so he'll go out there and do his job regardless. But
he's got to audition for whoever's.
But man,
I know.
What the fuck are you doing?
That place is a shit show.
I wonder who was giving them offers for Andy Dalton though. Was it somebody that they're
nobody? There was no offers for Andy Dalton.
No,
they wouldn't allow them to seek a trade. I mean, I can't imagine a team.
Teams still kind of throw offers.
I can't imagine that a team would have tried if he wasn't on the market.
Call for interest.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's just I personally I don't know if there's really a team that it would make sense to do that.
The Bengals make the Redskins and the Dolphins look like polished turds.
I know.
Still shit, but at least polished.
Yeah.
At least pretty.
Because at least they got like something to go for in the future in Miami and in Washington. They got some young talent and they kind of like some equity. Whereas you're looking at like Cincinnati, they got nothing.
They got nothing.
They made no moves whatsoever.
You're wasting, and also too.
Poor Boyd.
Joe Mixon,
AJ Green,
Joe Mixon could. These are guys that had came with a lot of clout, as younger players, and they're only getting older.
And they came in with some baggage.
Well, I mean that's whatever. I mean everybody. I feel like all these fucking idiots in the NFL have baggage.
Yeah, but for a while they were.
We've all got it.
For a while they were on a roll, man.
Since he played Pittsburgh tough last week, but then Pittsburgh made the fucking switch to Hodges, which I totally agree with.
Hodgepodge, my nigga. Oops.
Whoa.
My bad.
Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph. My bad.
God.
Yeah, it was a hell of a come up though from
cut his drinks.
Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph. Yeah, is he done now?
He's got to be done.
He's got to be done.
I don't think so.
Got to be done.
And who starts this game against the Browns next
Hodges.
Week? Hodges.
Yeah,
Man,
I think you have to stick with Hodges.
That's going to be an ugly game.
Nobody has confidence in Rudolph anymore. Is the problem?
Well, they're for good reason.
You know what kills me is the news, ESPN and whatnot made a big deal about it, his benching, and I'm like, dude, he's a backup quarterback, and the only reason he's on the fucking face of on a map of NFL is because of the fight a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
so I'm like, got hurt.
I mean, not that he has terrible stats.
Any other time a backup quarterback gets benched, nobody cares. But it's only because he was in that fight were they blowing it up to be some. Oh my God, Mason Rudolph's been benched. No, who cares? Hodges was better anyway.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even be having this discussion if Big Ben doesn't get hurt.
Right.
I know.
So,
I know.
ESPN just needing to write stuff and make that
Big Ben's got to be
paper.
sitting there going, job security. You know what I mean?
Well, he signed that three-year extension at the beginning of the season. So what are we gonna do? Opt him out of it?
When they drafted Mason Rudolph, he got a little butthurt. He was a little butthurt. Like, are you serious? But now, as we see, he's a work in progress. Like he's somebody that needed to sit back for the next 3 years and learn under Big Ben. He was never supposed to be starting right now.
Big Ben's always been that guy, and I also think that Big Ben's not really much for what shall we call it, the mentorship program. Because Landry Jones was a very talented quarterback coming out of college, and and he was pretty good when Ben got hurt, and now Landry Jones is in the XFL. So it's a weird situation there. I think Roethlisberger is going to be back. I don't really think either of these two are going to go anywhere. I think it's the same thing with the Lions situation. Like Mason Rudolph is going to get another contract somewhere. I mean, that's inevitable.
Yeah,
but it'll be backup money.
And this is a good year for the Steelers to have their version of a down year. You know what I mean? They've always been a real tough, competitive team.
He was going to say competitive.
Competitive.
He was
competitive. He's like, wait a minute, let me write it out.
compensatory.
But now with Big Ben getting hurt, let's just say if Mason Rudolph comes in and he lights it up, right? And he kills it. Now you got a quarterback controversy. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you got to, do we go back to Big Ben? Do we stay with Mason Rudolph? This kid's been killing it. But wait, Rudolph's showing that he's got some learning to do.
You know what? He's young. If he's winning, you stay with the hot hand, like Lamar Jackson last year in the whole Flacco thing. I mean, it's like they made the right choice by sticking with Lamar.
Yeah, so, that's a great call. I mean, and I was just about to. You kind of just debunked my point. I was going to say I don't think there's any way that, and I think Ben's deserve the respect that you always go back to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm just saying, you know how talking heads are.
Oh yeah, but I mean, think about Joe Flacco. Think about what Joe Flacco did in Baltimore, and I mean, I think both Flacco and the organization kind of knew that was coming to an end. Harbaugh kind of was delicate about that, so that's a different story. But Ben Roethlisberger's got a little bit more of an ego than Joe Flacco.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
But it was also contract year for Flacco.
Yeah.
So you know what, just fade away.
But
sure. Whereas Ben's still in the middle of a contract, so you give him that.
But
respect.
Harbaugh also went all in. He bringing in RG3 to learn under, so Lamar Jackson,
Greg Roman,
and
Flacco just did not fit in.
He designed. Look at the plays that he's making. They never ran plays like that in Baltimore. They were always rather vanilla. Now they're running these crazy, almost like Wildcat type stuff.
Yeah,
that you're like, wow, this is really fun.
Well, Flacco's not even starting now in Denver, right?
No,
and he swapped out.
Brandon Allen was.
He got hurt, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
hurt.
Hurt.
That's the biggest phantom injury in history.
Yeah,
he's like, I don't.
All of a sudden,
like that trip the other day for the Cowboys. Right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Cowboy fans
What
still
was
tripping.
that? Still tripping over that.
Well, that's right. It was a Patriots game, wasn't it?
Yeah, like, come on. Like, you're going to get a call over the Patriots? Right. I mean, you might be the Cowboys, but you ain't the Patriots.
You can tell we got a Patriots fan back here
Tom,
because he's just sitting back here, just calmly sipping his drink. Like, you bitches talk about your teams.
we'll
it's
figure
cool.
it out.
Everybody's
We'll be in the
arguing with you in
playoffs.
Super Bowl. He's like, New England.
Bill Belichick.
We've been here before.
Yeah, we're gonna go back and win our millionth Belichick trophy. You mean the it's not called that. So yes, it is.
It
Just stop
probably
it.
It will be. It will be. Don't change it.
Oh, funny little fact. I was actually telling Sil this too. I was over at the bar at Pizza Boys the other day, and I was having a few drinks.
Oh yeah.
No way.
Yeah, and
What?
no, so I started shooting the breeze with this guy, and he's he made some comment about the Patriots game, and he goes, yeah, he's like, listen, man, trust me, I used to work for the Patriots. I go, like, what'd you do? And he's like, oh, he said he was the lineman. He was the guard for the Patriots during the mid-'90s for 3 years. He played under Bledsoe.
What was his name?
Rob something. I tried finding him. I couldn't find his last name, but he's a regular there. So next time I see him, I'm going to get his last name. But he showed me his NFL access badge, showed me like his card that said, New England Patriots training facility access and his name and all that. And it was laminated. And I was like, wow.
We got to get him on here.
It was pretty nuts. I'm going to try. Yeah,
It was laminated though, so you know it was real.
In New York.
I was about to say I have a lamination machine too, bud, and a computer.
He passed it through a laminator and
That
it's
was
good to go.
that was your selling point. That was your selling point. Did everybody catch that at the end? It's
It
like,
was laminated and everything, dude.
I'm gonna feel like an asshole.
He had
if
his
actually
ID
was
badge.
now.
He signed it himself.
But he was a Patriot, so not really.
He actually called Roger Goodell while we were sitting there, and his thing was still laminated. So it was pretty great.
You know what's funny? Fuck you. Zach, something like that happened to me a few years ago. We were at it was a Giants.
What, you laminated shit?
I never see him again. I never see a guy again.
It was a Giants and Denver game, and I'm sitting there, and then my friend Christina, she like nudges me. She goes, "This guy was like spread out like halfway in my seat, so I'm like kind of crunched over like this." And she's
Right,
like,
right.
dude. And I look over, and he's got a Super Bowl ring on.
No way.
I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, nice ring. Where'd you get that? And it was an Indianapolis Colts Super Bowl ring.
Son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. And
You just throw beer in his face and leave.
what are you gonna do?
Calmly stands up.
Field?
Calmly stands up and starts pissing on the guy's leg.
Oh, you were there? Nah, it's actually kind of funny though. Like I get talking to him, like, a nice ring you got there. I go, by the way, I'm a Bears fan. He starts laughing, right? And we get talking shit, and then he said, "Do you think Eli's an elite quarterback?" So we get in that conversation, and then him and I started telling everybody it was Welcome to Jet Stadium.
Oh.
Oh my God. The Giants fans got super pissed. And we're here at Jet Stadium.
The Jets did build MetLife, just for the record. So it was funded by the Johnson family, just so all you Giants fuckers know.
But it was just kind of cool. Like I'm just sitting right next to this guy who played in the Super Bowl, played and won a Super Bowl.
That's wild.
It was pretty cool.
That's wild.
Yeah, definitely.
I actually played against a third-string quarterback for the Patriots.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where was that?
That was when we played for the Vikings.
And
It was
who-
last year at the Mohawk Valley Vikings.
Who was the quarterback?
Damn.
I don't
I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was good though.
Some
He was
fluty
really
guy.
good.
I don't know.
Tall as hell. I think
Drew
it was like 6'6"
Bledsoe.
or something like that.
You know, I do want to mention one more thing from a little bit of newsworthy thing that happened yesterday before we get into picks here. Do you know what 403 days prior to yesterday what happened? It was the last time Michael Thomas dropped a pass.
I seen him drop an easy pass.
Holy crap.
403 days, 198 passes.
That's almost a CM Punk title
Where'd
reign.
you get that from?
And he didn't drop it?
ESPN.
No shit.
Yeah.
Was it laminated?
If it's from Shifter, I don't believe it.
Otherwise,
No,
it's just
from
BS in my mind. In my mind, it's BS.
22 games, too.
But another
Wow.
person I want to give some props to was a guy named Hill, whose first name is
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, that dude was everywhere.
I know.
Blocking kicks. He was.
That's the one thing I have written down here is that I saw a stat. He has 4 receiving touchdowns this year. OBJ has 2. Isn't that insane?
And this guy, I've seen this guy
That's
throw.
great.
He's like a backup quarterback.
He's like a backup quarterback. I seen him go out for tight end. I seen him.
He's a good Mormon kid.
Running back.
Good Utah boy.
He blocking on special teams. I mean, this guy was everywhere.
Swiss Army knife.
I just picture him like flipping through the book. They're like, I don't know. Do you want to play guard or something? Whatever, dude. Get in
It
there.
reminded me of Wes Welker back with the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
Like he's kicking, return kicking. He actually punted and kicked a field goal. Like
All around athlete.
When Breeze got hurt earlier this season, they went to Bridgewater. They had a lot of controversy on what they were going to do at the quarterback position because of Taysom Hill. So the idea was, okay, because Taysom Hill is on their like kickoff coverage team. He has a lot of like weird packages and all that stuff.
You got a weird package.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go. And
How do you know that?
So
Let's talk about how do you know that?
So they were.
Sorry, it's not even that funny.
Or maybe let's not talk about it.
But go ahead.
I'm listening.
Why talk about anything important? You know, you guys are just over here like you're fucking little schoolgirls over here.
What? Dad leaves and the kids just go to town?
Zach just found out he has a penis.
It's
Oh, dude,
it's
I'm
our
dying.
Blackout Friday. We don't really
I'm kidding.
Football's just we're talking
Football's
about.
here. Holy shit.
Oh, he pulled out the bell.
That's John. That's John talking about Blackout Friday, and he's halfway through his first beer.
Second one. Come on. Give him some credit.
He's hoping that what was that place over on the over by Commercial Drive, the place you go, the old folks go for dinner. I forgot what it was.
Presbyterian home?
Acacia Village?
Boulevard Diner?
No, it's closed now. They knocked it down. Oh, Kirby's.
We go Acacia Village and Presbyterian home. He goes Boulevard Diner.
We're all meeting at the Legion after this.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. What the fuck?
That deteriorated quickly.
Should we?
Don't leave again.
Dude, as soon as the adult walked out of the room, we all went to chaos.
When did I become the adult? What happened here?
You're the only one looking at all of us.
Oh man, this is off the rails already.
Holy fuck.
Welcome to Blackout Friday, folks.
Yeah.
While you're all out there shopping and we're over here getting drunk, talking about football.
Mostly.
I'm trying to make a tower over here with my beers, but
What
I'm
if
not going
you
fast enough.
now, John? What if you go out shopping today and buy a bunch of stuff?
I'm done shopping already.
No. But say you did.
What time did you get up?
It took me about 10 minutes on the computer today. That was it.
Oh,
But say
I got up around noon. I had a nice shake.
but say
Pornhub.com, he's all set.
but say you.
Nice shake.
Pornhub.com.
What the fuck? Have you been drinking all day? No.
Probably longer than I should have. But
This is the most sober Caleb has ever been for a show.
We're working on that though.
go
That's
get
why
that
he's getting
fucking
angry.
tequila and we'll talk about it. God.
But John, if you were to go to the store and buy a lot of things and then say maybe you had to move afterwards.
What?
All right. So if I wanted to move,
If I went to the store and bought a lot of things and had to move,
I'd go to EJA Moving Company. Professional movers at 315-335-0516. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everyone and make it simple for you to move and relocate.
You're listening to the D-Line.
Wow. EJAmoving.com. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you.
You're listening to the D-Line.
Thanks, Phil.
It's such a clear and crisp cut.
You're listening to the D-Line.
holy crap. This is too much.
That was a beautiful. I know I'm going to get you for Christmas. A Segway.
Right?
Oh,
man.
Dude, that was nice.
Oh, my God.
That was nice.
See, here's the thing. Caleb,
Sobriety brings the wit, bro.
Caleb's trying to be the pitcher when he's usually the catcher. You know, like, still wasn't ready for the lob.
No, I was not.
He goes,
Caleb's trying to give him like behind the back pass.
you went Black
Just
Friday
bounced off his
shopping
head.
and bought a bunch of stuff, needed to move it. Whoa. Those transitional skills are a killer.
Wow.
Holy
The wrestling guys are like, wow, our show is fucking great.
That's why he comes down and he goes, I just want to see how good
Way
our
better
I want to
than
make sure
this.
we're way more put together than these guys.
Listen, you guys have notes and shit usually.
Yeah.
We just show up.
Usually every week I have a sheet like this provided for everybody. But because I totally fucking forgot on Wednesday, because normally I do it on Thursday mornings, I didn't have it. So
Thinking of letting
For
Doug
John's
go
employer,
anyway.
that's what he does on Thursdays.
Good thing he works at Staples.
Yeah.
they're laminated and everything.
Call Zach up. Zach, guess what? The notes for the show is ready.
Shut up. Did you laminate those fuckers?
If not, I got a guy that laminates shit. He's down at Pizza Boy.
Pretty sure he used to be the lineman for the Patriots, too.
That's the name of the place is Laminating Shit. I go to Laminating Shit. We're on Josie Street. It's good.
Hello? Is anybody still out there?
We're sorry we lost you.
Oh, man.
All right, let's get into a couple of picks.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Hang on. I got the games. So
All right.
you're going to have to rely on me today for
fuck.
this.
Good thing I got a phone here.
All right. So we'll start it off with Green Bay going to Giants Stadium. They're going to the Giants.
Oh, man.
Green Bay is favored by 6.
No shit.
So where's my? Let's write our
I'll
picks
take
down,
Green Bay.
everybody. Anybody need a sheet of paper to write their picks down?
I need a sheet of paper.
All right.
Yeah, here. I'm using the square.
Just sweet throw over there, chicken.
I threw it like Sam Darnold. Sorry, nobody else caught it.
What's that, Mitchell?
All right. So my take is after the ass whooping they took last week, they're coming back with a vengeance.
You talking about the
Green?
After the ass woman they take every
I
week.
mean, the game they almost with the Bears basically stole from them. No, I think Green Bay is going to destroy them. I don't.
Where are they playing anyway?
They're playing in Giants in New York.
Jesus
They're playing in Giants.
What is MetLife Stadium?
Buffalo's home away from home.
Right.
Yeah, no kidding.
God, I can't stop talking shit. I'm sorry.
I got to go Green Bay in this one. Yeah. I'm rooting for the Giants, but I got to pick Green Bay.
Yeah.
I think it's as I said last week. I think that the Giants are moving toward a realm of kind of resting those players. Remember, Chicken? We talked about Ingram's kind of had the injury bug this year and stuff like that. Like last week going into the game, I think it was Saturday when they made the decision on Ingram and Shepard not playing last week, and it just makes sense. I think the Giants are kind of seeing what they've got. You know, there's 2 wins. You know, so I think
guys out there that younger wide receivers that played pretty well.
Oh, sure, and I think you hit the nail on the head too with the Packers. I think the Packers just need to kind of. This is a great game for the Packers to get back on track.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
I'm going to go Packers. Silberth went Packers.
You know, last week it came down to when the Packers played the Niners, everybody said, who was more legit? Finally, Niners proved they're pretty legit. I think in this game, it's a very similar circumstance. They're going to prove who's more legit. I'm not fully convinced that the Packers are legit. I think they got a lot of flaws in their defense. I think their offense is okay. Their line needs some work, but I mean, New York is just kind of a dumpster fire, so I'll go Green Bay.
I mean, you're looking Giants right now. Golden Tate out, Evan Ingram out, Ryan Ellison out. So there's both their two tight ends. Jabril Peppers, Zach Diassi, their long snappers out. So like and those are probably guys that, if this was say they were 6-5, are going to play. But I think it's just kind of it's over for the Giants this year. So, but Daniel Jones 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
What is the Giants' record right now?
2-9.
2-9. They're not out of the division yet. Really, like that's how bad this division is.
Isn't that crazy?
I appreciate your sentiment, but they are. I know what you're saying. That division is awful.
It's awful. And if you look at the standings in the NFC, 4 of those teams come from 2 divisions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then you got the Cowboys in there with whatever they are.
6-6.
So
I think, yeah.
So you got 2 8-2 teams, and 1 9-1 in that division.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
They're in that conference.
That's pretty atrocious.
No, I'm good.
So, all right. What about everybody else? Are we at Packers?
Yeah, I'm taking Packers.
Aaron Rodgers is going to dice up that secondary.
Yeah.
I think
So, okay. Well, we'll go.
And Aaron Jones is amazing, by the way.
A unanimous Packers decision.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're unanimous on the Packers. Silberth, what's your next game?
No, I picked Packers first.
Yeah. What's your next game though?
Oh, okay.
Number 2.
Okay, number 2. Carolina is the home team. Playing the Washington Redskins. Carolina favored by 10.
Weird.
I'm going with Carolina as well.
I don't even want to talk about it. Just Carolina.
They almost had they almost had New
Carolina
Orleans last week.
Haskins has played well.
Washington. No, what?
I thought he's played pretty well.
He played Detroit. The Bears just beat them
twice.
Well, Jesus. Pardon me.
This game will help out McCaffrey's numbers. So Carolina.
Yeah, definitely. This could also be a good game to get Allen's head back on straight.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I'm going Carolina.
I just put mine down there.
You're going Carolina. I'm going to go Carolina.
That's how we're going.
Carolina. Redskins haven't really showed anything, so yeah. And Carolina's wishy-washy, but against
Washington has beat the Dolphins and the Lions.
Right.
Wow.
Oh my.
Yeah. Panthers.
Anybody else, Stu?
I said Carolina. This is going to be a game for McCaffrey to get his stats up more.
Yeah.
Carolina. Yeah, I don't see anybody going Redskins on this one except for Caleb.
Sorry, Larry.
Caleb did pick the Redskins last week, and Caleb was right.
Yes. Caleb won the week at 12-2. Everybody,
lick my asshole. You should talk about this a little bit more. Go ahead, John. What were the standings from last week?
I don't know the overall standings, but last week Caleb went 12-2.
What did I do last week? How many games did I win?
You won 12.
And how many did I lose?
2.
Okay.
All right.
And how many did you win?
11.
Okay, and chicken?
What
10.
the fuck?
Okay, so I did the best?
Yes.
Suck my dick.
Wow.
High score.
Is that all it
What does that
takes?
mean?
I think that was his first week he won, too.
So he's a Cowboys fan now?
He's right.
Sounds like one. So what's the next game up?
We've got the big one. It's San Fran going to Baltimore.
Oh.
How'd you skip all the way to the Sunday night game?
I already know.
Oh no, that's not a Sunday night game.
It's not a Sunday night game.
Did you see it already?
It's Baltimore favored by 5.5.
Did you see it already?
No.
Man, San Fran's defense.
Wait, who's favored?
Baltimore.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Because they're going to win.
I'm going with Baltimore on this, but it's really hard to ignore that defensive line of all first-round picks for San Fran. I mean, they're fast. They don't have to blitz. They do not have to blitz, which means they've got a full-fledged secondary back there.
But not only just a secondary, you have Richard Sherman back there. You have Nick Bosa in as a linebacker. You know what I mean? Like, so on every tier, you got a superstar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's so true.
You know what I mean? And I'm going Ravens. Or I'm sorry, I'm going 49ers on this one.
I'm going Ravens.
And here's why. Because of that front defensive line, and I said this before with the Bills facing the Ravens, but I really look like after watching that 49ers, the 49ers defense against Green Bay and the way they beat the snots out of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And you're talking about this guy going, he's a Hall of Famer. Shoe-in Hall of Famer.
Yep.
And what he did to Aaron Rodgers and messed him up, I see them disrupting that Ravens offense because, like I said before, a lot of the plays take a little time to develop. And if you can get in that backfield quick enough, you can disrupt it and throw them off their guard.
But they got a good running game. I mean, I'm not talking about Jackson. They've got Ingram. They've also got a decent defense.
Right, but once you get that initial penetration, they don't have to blitz. They got those 4 guys up front. They can just ball out. And then you got guys like Bosa that could come in for a sack, or you could go into coverage. So I think that's where Bosa is going to be a big part of it, is stopping Ingram. But that way now you got guys that can spy. Like, a lot of people have to use blitz packages to kind of get after him because they don't have that pressure up front. So if you can get that pressure up front and collapse the pocket,
right,
now you're going to get him to scramble and make some bad throws.
You beat Lamar Jackson by keeping him in the pocket.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how you beat him, because he doesn't have a lot of arm talent. He has it's the combination of arm and leg that make him who he is. So that's how you are absolutely right about that. And John, great point that not a lot of people realize about that 49ers team, and I think it's because we're on the opposite coast, so we don't really see them a lot, is your defensive line is Nick Bosa, Armstead, a former first-round pick, Bruckner is a former first-round pick, okay? And I believe that there's another lineman there too that was a fairly high pick. These are dudes, and I think that you're absolutely right. That's probably your key to winning, is if those guys can keep him in the pocket, not let him get away, then I think the 49ers will win this game, and I inevitably think they do win. So
I tell you, another one of the reasons I'm going to go with the 49ers this week is, they are getting some guys who can catch the ball. That Deebo Samuels, I love him. He's out there. He's running these routes perfectly. He's doing a lot of yards after catch. So,
and the reemergence of Emmanuel Sanders.
Then you have George Kittle coming off this ankle injury.
Last game.
And for somebody who's coming off an injury to still be able to produce the volume that he does, he's easily one of the elite tight ends in the league right now.
This is going to be a great game.
I think it's going to be. Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be a good game.
Potentially a Super Bowl preview. I mean, both teams could feasibly do it.
Rematch.
Mr. Patriots back here. That's true. I hope it comes down to the AFC Championship being the Ravens versus Patriots, because that would be just phenomenal.
I would love to beat them because literally they beat us. So
that's true. You can't forget. You can't sleep on Lamar Jackson beating the Seahawks, the Texans, the Patriots.
The Bills next week.
The Bills next week. At least we're all honest there. But that said, I'm going with the Niners.
I'm going Ravens. I feel that you've got a great offense versus a great defense. But what the Baltimore Ravens have a top 10 defense as well. That's what I'm hinging in this. I feel they're going to be able to shut down Garoppolo.
But don't forget, like what he's just said, they got some reemerging players coming up, but their run game is really good.
Oh yeah,
in 49ers.
But that run defense is really good. I'm going with the home team on this one. I'm obviously the odd man out. You guys are all
honestly. I thought
points.
I thought being a 49er, picking 49ers would be the odd man out because the way everybody's rolling on the Ravens right now. But that's exactly why I feel that they're due for a loss. Like they've got
two,
but that was before they really caught wind. That was really before they really.
It's especially with the amount of points that they've been putting up too. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to go out in this game, with point wise, because they've put up a lot of points over the last few weeks. The Ravens
and 49ers know they've been disrespected in this league for this whole year, and they've only got that one loss. Would happen in an amazing game against the Seattle Seahawks, which was an awesome game.
Yeah. You watch.
Yeah, that was that Seattle Houston game a few years back.
Yeah. But they're a team that they're scrappers, man. These guys aren't just they're no joke. And I was late to the party with these guys.
Russell Wilson.
I was really late to the party for the 49ers.
We always bring that up. It just really bothers them, so we do it on purpose.
It was a great game. But the 49ers are legit. Listen, you children.
You don't
make a point here.
No, you're right. You're right.
Chicken. They're legit.
You know who's going to be who over the next few years? After this, because this rebuild is the building. We're here now with the 49ers. John Lynch is going to be a hot commodity. Mm-hmm. People are going to be paying him a lot of money to come in and revamp their team. He came into a team that was in disarray. Mm-hmm. All right, and he made a lot of moves. I remember, we've kind of over the last few years started to talk a little bit more about the 49ers and talk, on the show and stuff like that. And he started to make different moves, and we were all like, why? And then we all, you fucking hated the Garoppolo move. I loved it. I was right about that. Then they go to the scrap heap, and they find some of these different.
Well, he came from.
Zach over here?
He came from Tampa Bay. No, you're 100% right. He came from Tampa Bay, which when he won the Super Bowl back then, their philosophy was, draft defense, pick up offense through free agency.
Great point.
Exactly what he's done.
Yeah. Right. And one of their biggest free agent acquisitions in the last few years was Tevin Coleman, and he hasn't done shit for them this year. He's been hurt and stuff like that. So
McKinney kid.
Yeah.
That's another kid. He was great, but like
George Kittle's a guy that they drafted. But you're absolutely right. They drafted defense, and that's really where this has stemmed from. And the Kyle Shanahan hire obviously looks smart now. I didn't think Kyle Shanahan was going to be a good coach.
Did they draft defense, but like you said, or I'm sorry, you brought it up, where they drafted on the defensive line first round almost every single year for the past like 4 or 5 years. Right. Yeah. They didn't just build the defense; they built the defensive line first.
Yeah.
Which a lot of times you see teams either build the offensive line or they build like get some linebacking core and some backfield. But these guys went to the defensive line, and
it makes sense because you don't have to commit any other part of your defense if your defensive line is doing the job of 5 guys. If 4 guys are doing the job of 5, fucking great. Because now they're not going to be able to pass because I got every man covered for
sure.
Great point.
Yeah.
No.
And you can be a weaker link on a D line and still do well because they're going to be double teaming.
I fucking was going.
Damn
it! I'm so glad you didn't say me.
That was quick.
Damn. We all had
I don't know if you saw, but I was
we all had Holy fuck!
You are the weakest link. But like on a defensive line, you can hide a guy that's not as good. On the offensive line, you can't. Like if you got a guy on the offensive line that's not holding his own, you're letting
it's going to show up. Yep.
Right. Where a defensive line, somebody else could take like two defenders or and get through. But yeah, I feel like they did a smart move, interesting move. But like you're right, Lynch, a guy who should be in the Hall of Fame.
He's going to be a commodity.
Yeah,
he's going to be a commodity in a few years.
If he's not in as a player, he'll be in as a GM
after this rebuild. I think he gets in as a player.
I knew it instantly once they brought John Lynch over there because he is like the epitome of the hard-hitting, hard-nosed type player, and he brought that back to San Fran. That back when Harbaugh was there before, they had that hard-nosed defense. Yeah. So it's going to be. We could be seeing a preview to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. The other thing about San Francisco too that they had to wait on a little bit was, and this is something that you're kind of seeing with Oakland in the rebuild that Oakland's doing, is going into a new stadium. You want to win when you build the new stadium, and that was kind of a real sticking point to bringing Lynch in and paying Lynch and then giving Garoppolo all that money. Was you're going into a new stadium, you've got to win. So
yeah,
it's a.
Let's see if the
Niners.
Let's see if the lights go out at halftime.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
All right. So Tennessee. Oh, did you have something to say?
Yeah. I want
to
say my pick.
Jesus.
I'm taking the Ravens.
All right.
I'm taking the Ravens because defense wins games, and I think San Fran has a better defense, but the Ravens' offense is hot right now.
Defense wins championships.
And I think it's going to be a game of field position and field goals. That's what I think is going to happen.
That's true.
26-24. You're looking at a really close game. I don't like the 6 points.
Yeah,
we all agree.
I think the Ravens are going to pull it out.
We all agree that this game can go either way. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What?
Respect.
Like Sobers on a Friday night. It'll go either way, baby.
Call your friends.
Respect to both teams, but in honor of Blackout Friday, you stole my Blackout joke, you fucking bastard. I was waiting. I was going to be like, just like Super Bowl, no blackout for an excuse this time. Ravens beating the Niners.
You're going Ravens then, right?
I was waiting.
Yours is better. I apologize. We'll have to clip it from the podcast. Yours is better.
Amongst other things.
Don't patronize me, sir.
Wait. I don't understand. He can talk about God's asshole, right? But you can't say my nigga.
Thank you.
What the hell?
Thank you. Drop the mic. I'm out. He's fucking got my back. He's got my back. He's got my back.
No.
He was like, I love the joke.
All right, we all are.
Oh man.
Way off.
All right. Titans versus who?
What's the next game?
All right, Titans.
I'm so happy I got on this episode. This is fucking great.
Titans are traveling to Indianapolis.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
Indy coming off a tough loss to Houston last week. That Williams kid is starting again.
Thanks.
So he's a solid.
Marlon Mack.
just got that.
Marlon Mack's out for a few weeks, I believe. So.
Yeah. You know what? I think the one person who's really got it going on the Titans is Derrick Henry. Finally, the Heisman Trophy winner that we wanted to see running people over.
He's a beast.
He's been doing good this season.
If I ever dated a guy, it would be him. Dude, he is.
If he ever dated a guy.
Again.
I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear this explanation.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
An enormous Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah, scissor.
Oh man.
No way.
Hell yeah. We are way off the rails.
Listen, I'm thinking about becoming a bartender, and this is great practice. As a man that is sober, this is great practice.
All right, so
what teams are we talking about now?
Dude, he's just a phenomenal running back. Dude, he's
or as you call him,
beast.
Henry.
Oh my God.
Tennessee at Indianapolis, to answer your question.
Yeah, Tennessee's going to Indy. Indy's favored by 1.5. Derrick Henry is a phenomenal running. Dude, he is such a beast. He just bowls people over.
Man amongst
and
bulls.
what kills me is he's so tall, but he gets low and just fucking delivers the pain. So and he's fast. For his size, he shouldn't be that fast, but he is. He's a great running back. And I hate, Indy did squeak by Tennessee earlier in the year, I believe. It's going to be a close game. Tennessee's really hot right now, but I'm going to go with Indy at home.
Indy at home.
Yeah.
This game I'm tossed in.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's
on fire.
It can go either way.
Anybody out that I should know about on Indy?
And the Derrick Henry effect is
Marlon Mack.
Just Mack? Well, I don't want to say just Mack because I think he's an unsung hero for that team.
He's so.
I love his Madden spins, bud. Just beep, beep.
And that's like with Derrick Henry, like you can totally control that game. You know what I mean? Like you.
I know exactly what he's talking about. Scissor me timbers. I know exactly.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Anyway,
this game can go either way.
Yes.
Like John.
Anyway.
It can go
Greg,
either way.
you can try again. It probably won't work. I'd love to talk about football.
Derrick Henry is such a beast that like he could totally dictate this game, like he did against the Chiefs. They ran Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry won that game against the Chiefs because they kept that defense on the field. That's their only hope. I think that the Colts got a good D.
Yeah, they do.
Jesus, I'm gonna go. I'm going Indy. I'm going Indy on this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts on that too.
I'm going Titans. Tannehill's played pretty well. He's played good enough for me.
I like both coaches.
Yeah.
I don't blame because this is again a Baltimore 49ers game. This is
flip
a close
the coin.
game. Yeah, exactly.
Flip the coin for me.
You can make a great argument for either team in this game.
Right.
Yeah. I'll take Tannehill and Henry. I'll go Titans.
Indy, home team.
Yeah.
But either way.
That would be probably a pretty decent tiebreaker.
I said when Andrew Luck retired, I said the player that I'm now watching the most is Jacoby Brissett before the season even started.
Yeah.
I liked him in New England. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch that dude. That's who I'm rooting for. So, small part of me is kind of
Yeah,
like
he's
Colts
another
fan this year.
Belichick offspring.
I'm right there with you because like when he came in and filled in for Luck a few years ago, like he took a lot of hits. I mean, that team had no identity once Luck was gone, and Luck wasn't playing that well before he went out.
No, but they built this team, that offensive line and everything, for Luck. They built it for him, so just plopping any quarterback in there, they should have success.
Brissett has been playing his ass off, and this guy deserves every accolade he gets. The way he's like getting out of like sure sacks, like you're like, oh my god, he's going out, and he just scoots out there and makes a great play on the ball.
No Mac, no Hilton.
Yeah.
No Hilton.
T.Y.'s out again. He was out since week 8.
But this is where you see like Jacoby Brissett try to like channel his inner, Russell Wilson,
His inner Frank Reich,
and try to put that
his
team
inner Frank
You want
Reich,
to take it back?
baby.
Yeah, don't you?
I may switch. Give me a few minutes.
put that team on his back and ball out. And I think he can do it. I think he's that kind of guy that can pull some shit out of his ass. Pull some rabbits out.
Like John.
That's a gerbil.
It's furry. It's an animal.
All right. So,
Holy shit.
Well, on to the next
Not
game.
the next game. All right, so another close game. Phillies traveling to Miami. And
that's not
the line opened up at 7.5, but now it's Philly minus 10. So people are really betting Philly heavy.
Philly desperately needs this game. They pretty much need to win out, and they would hold the tiebreaker over the Cowboys because of my New York Jets. So, Cody called me the other day and told me about this scenario, and I was like, that sounds like batshit. And then I saw it again on TV, and I was like, okay, maybe it's actually real. But so yeah, it's this is a huge game for the Eagles, but I also think this could be a little bit of a trap game. But I'm going Eagles.
I'm going Eagles.
But the 10 points is if you bet that, you're an idiot. All right, I'd say it's far away from this game with betting wise, but I think the Eagles probably by a field goal here. So
only because I recently got Disney Plus and watched Invincible with Mark Wahlberg will I go the Eagles.
Little Vince Papale action.
Yeah, the old Vince Papale action. It was awesome.
Mark spent half the movie with his shirt off, of course, like every movie he does.
Like, is this how people run with a football?
That's why he's watching on mute.
Yeah, did I not mention that?
He was mouthing. Like,
I was hoping for the Braille version of the movie.
So wait a minute. If I grab it and my knuckles are white, it's too hard.
Oh, it's a good movie reference joke, dude. Oh, that was really good.
All right, so you're going Eagles?
Yeah, Eagles. Fly Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah. Greg?
Eagles.
As a Bills fan, what do you think? I'm going Miami, baby.
Are you really?
Fitz magic.
Wow.
Is it in Miami? I'm sorry.
Yeah, at Miami.
It is
It's
in
in
Miami. Yeah.
You know what? He said it's kind of a trap game. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, you know what? Fitz magic.
So you're
Trapping's
counting on the
love.
weather to play a factor. It's going to be really nice and sunny and like about 70 degrees to play this game. So
Well, they're coming from
Eagles-
Philadelphia, which is the only NFL team last I knew that had a holding cell in their stadium. So they're a bunch of convicts that like the rain. And
He's not wrong about any of that.
I know.
And strange things happen in Florida every minute. So stranger things have happened, I'm sure. Miami.
But they don't have a holding cell, so
Miami by
running
3.
I'm going to go.
There we go.
Yeah, I got to go Eagles. There's no way I'm picking Miami. Not right now. Unless they're playing the Jets, maybe.
All right. So
Hey, listen, that dude picked the Redskins last week, and he finished 12-2. He'll tell you all about it when he comes back.
Yeah, he will. He will.
Again,
The
and
one
again.
time he won, apparently.
If Miami beats Philly, you have to allow me back here.
Absolutely.
oh, easily.
There you go.
All right, so what's the next game? So
Oakland is going to
That's a
Kansas
good
City.
point.
Kansas City favored by 10.
where are they playing?
In Kansas City. I'm going Chiefs. Tough place to play.
Yep.
That does make a huge
divisional
difference.
game. Could be 3-6 points. But Oakland away games are not their thing.
No. I'm going to say Oakland's doing 130 times better than I thought they would do this season. I don't even think they're going to lose by 10. But goddamn, going to KC and play them, you're probably going to lose.
I don't know much about Oakland. Like I don't know. You said they don't travel well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Last week they went to the Jets and they got destroyed. 34-3.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't get to have a home game till what, like week fucking 5?
Right.
Yeah.
Like London doesn't count. I'm sorry.
No.
I mean,
you can do that on air.
I'm growling.
Wait.
I'm growling.
Wait, London doesn't count as a home game, you mean?
Yeah, I think they were the home.
Yes, they were the home team.
Oh no, yeah, no, that definitely.
That was against the Bears, wasn't
That's
it?
that's
it was.
more
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah. So it's like they didn't even really get a chance to be home till
Yeah, you're both
after
away.
the first month.
Chiefs and Raiders, I heard.
Yes.
I'm going Chiefs on this.
Yeah, going Chiefs.
Chiefs
too,
at
though.
home are.
I'm going to upset and say Raiders.
All right. I'm hoping for the Raiders.
Chiefs
But
at Arrowhead are really, really tough. They're really tough at Arrowhead.
Yeah,
I want to see what Caleb's going to say.
And I just feel like the defense on
He's gonna
Kansas City's
burst at
been
the
playing
seams.
a lot better.
huh?
And in Kansas City, what they taught us against who they just played recently, I think it was Denver. Maybe they played them really tough, and Kansas City went to a bigger set. Like they didn't have Tyreek Hill, and they were all over him, like sacking him, like. He had no time back there, but they went to a bigger back.
Okay.
They concentrated more on their tight end, Travis Kelce, and they found a different way to win than just like a track meet. You know what I mean? They played that old big ball style, and they showed that they can actually change their philosophy.
Chicken's favorite style.
Yeah, man. When you come this time of year, man, when it gets cold out and you want to play, like look at Belichick's teams. Belichick can spread it out 5 wide, and then when it comes down, you think, oh, okay, this is what team they are. They'll shrink it right down, and they'll play big ball.
That's right.
And I feel like Kansas City just learned how to do that.
How can you not stack?
And I think they're gonna.
You fucking think it's easy, huh?
You got to start 3 at the bottom first. Let me
pyramid?
explain how to do this. Yeah, you got to start 3 at the bottom first, and then you go up, and then you be good.
So I'm going.
You got to drink more.
Caleb,
we're working on it.
I'm gonna go Kansas City here, but I'm very, very leery of this Chiefs team. I mean, I know they're very good. I know they're very talented, but I'm just a little bit like I can't. I've gone from being all in on them at the beginning of the year to like a little bit on the fence about this Kansas City team.
Because they fuck shit up.
They don't scare me though as much as they don't scare me like they did at the beginning of the season. It's kind of like.
Thank you.
What team are you going to get? What sort of team is going to play?
Who's going to show up?
Exactly.
Who's going to show up?
Oakland, quietly, and this guy, wherever he goes, was a walk-on in college, was a mid-round to late-round draft pick in the NFL, but always finds his way to contribute. And he's out this week, and I think it's tough for Derek Carr not to have Hunter Renfrow. Okay, he's kind of this is the new Julian Edelman. This guy is the short little slot receiver, kind of just could do whatever you need him to do. And Derek Carr has leaned really, really heavily on him the last few weeks.
He's got a couple. Edelman's a wide receiver.
Yeah, I know. So is Renfrow.
He's got a couple nice weapons though. He's got Tyrell Williams. He's got who's the tight end?
Waller,
Darren Waller there.
Jacobs has been awesome too. You're right, Jake.
Yeah,
he's been really good. He's been really good. There's 7 touchdowns.
That's why earlier when I was like, I didn't believe that Oakland would even have a winning season, let alone be as good as they are. But again, you're going into Arrowhead.
Oakland will have John Gruden will have these guys ready to play as he has all season. I've been very impressed with what Gruden's done this year. I know we bag on Gruden. We bagged on Gruden quite a bit last year and stuff like that. But he has this team ready to play every game. I would be all over if it stays at 10 or it pushes out more. I would be all over the Raiders in this game.
It opened it.
So what do you?
I'm going Kansas City.
Oh,
yeah, I'm pussying out.
And
you talked them up so well, though.
Yeah. And for you guys that don't understand, like this is like Bears Packers. This is like Giants Cowboys.
Yeah,
like the Raiders and Chiefs hate each other.
This is Browns Steelers. Yeah,
back in the day when the Chiefs got Marcus Allen from the Raiders, and like there was a pure hatred between Al Davis and that Chiefs team. So this there's going to be a lot of like headhunting. Yeah. Like these two teams hate each other.
There's a lot of football that's going to go on. Is what you're saying?
That's
absolutely
big time divisional,
which means many flags.
Right, exactly.
But all right, let's switch it up to
a lot of
what's the next team.
All right, so Tampa Bay is going to Jacksonville. This line opened up at Jacksonville by 4.5. It is now Tampa Bay by 1.5. That's a lot of.
It's a lot of movement.
That's a lot of betting. It's in Jacksonville, not yes, Jacksonville's up north and Tampa Bay's down south. So I can't imagine a lot of Tampa Bay fans going 4.5, 5 hours. I don't know exactly how. I'm guessing it could be 7.
It's like 3.
Let me crunch those numbers.
It's like 3 hours.
we won't Google Maps this. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's not laminated, so it ain't.
laminated pocket.
You fucking laminate those directions, and I'm gonna have to take your word for it.
Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Shit. The problem is you never know with Jameis Winston if he's gonna throw 7 picks or 7 touchdowns.
No, he's gonna throw 7 picks or 4.
Yeah. You never know if he's gonna throw 5 or 7 picks.
Guys, I'm going Jacksonville on this.
He threw 4 picks last week. They still won. It's like, what the shit?
I'm going Jags on it too.
Jacksonville on this. I mean, you got Leonard Fournette is going to run all over him. You got, whether it's Nick Foles or Minshew comes back in, either quarterback's better than Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
I think the Winston experiment should be done in Tampa Bay. They should ship him off somewhere else. I don't know who's going to take him, but probably West Coast.
Isn't it crazy to think of that draft class? You had Blake Bortles and Mark Mariota and Jameis Winston, and how they all busted so hard.
Hang on, I think just Mariota's being used the wrong way. He's not being used.
I could agree.
You're
with
right.
That. Yeah, for sure.
Mariota.
He would look good in Detroit.
Mariota.
He might be on something there.
I think.
Who looks good in Detroit? Wait. Who looks good in Detroit?
Mariota.
Is that anybody?
Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
So who are you going with still in this game?
I'm going Jacksonville as well.
I'm going Cracksonville, yeah.
I think they're just a better all-around team than Tampa.
I'm going with the Bucks.
And Leonard Fournette's getting his footing again.
Why are you going with the Bucks?
Godwin's been really good this year, and him and Mike Evans, I think, is a pretty lethal combination. Even if Jameis is going to have to hit them at some point.
Godwin's be great.
Jacksonville just doesn't. Just don't do it for me, even with Foles. Yeah, it's just lackluster. It's stale.
I can't even argue with you. I'm only going with Jackson because they're the home team.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's got to be. Fournette's a beast.
Yeah. He ran all over last week. That's the only reason.
Tampa Bay's defense is coming alive. They are really starting to find their groove. What's that? The old Jets head coach is down there, right?
Todd Bowles.
So he's got something going.
Yeah. And Bruce Arians, too, always has a team ready.
But I'm just like, this is week 3 for Nick Foles. I think he'll hit his groove this game.
Yeah. So chicken win Jags. You're going
Jags.
I'm going to go Bucks, but a different type of Bucks. I'm going to go Young Bucks to Tony, to AEW, to Tony Khan, to Shad Khan, to the Jacksonville Jaguars. AEW Wrestling.
That was good. He goes, I'm going Bucks, but Young Bucks.
Well played.
That was well played.
I've got these things. It's like ammo just waiting.
Spinning. Greg?
I already said Jags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
$1 buck and all Jags.
Yeah. All right.
One young buck.
Yes. One young buck.
All right. Does Cincinnati get their first win of the season?
They do not.
Cincinnati loses.
They do not. I'm saying right now, Cincinnati's going to lose.
The New York Jets are traveling to Cincinnati. Jets are favored by 3.
I'm all over this. Is another game, and I'm not. I don't normally bet my team, but I'm all.
What do you mean you don't normally bet?
I normally don't bet the Jets.
I don't normally put money. I don't normally go to.
Are you a fan by proxy? What's going on?
I don't.
He picks his team every week.
I'm talking about going and putting money on the line. Not. Yeah, I'm picking the fucking New York Jets. They win every fucking game.
Dude, seriously, the fucking Jets from this year could be playing the 1985 fucking Bears, and he'd be like, "Oh, Jets will destroy them."
Yeah. They would.
I'm gonna go with Jets on this.
Yeah, okay.
Because Sam Darnold had mono.
It's a different era of football.
I'm going Jets on this one. I like Le'Veon Bell experience with the Cincinnati Bengals, playing against him, in the same division.
Yep.
And the hatred that he has for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Don't we all hate the Cincinnati Bengals?
I think we established that pretty well earlier.
I'm going to say it. My sister, Erica Williams, is probably listening to this right now, and your team's going to lose.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, Erica.
We're sorry that we had to break Black Friday on you so hard, but yeah.
Jets,
probably going to lose.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, next.
I think we all agree, right?
Yeah.
Anybody going?
Anybody going to disagree with the Bengals going 0-12?
What am I doing? I picked Miami. I picked the Jets.
Wait.
I'm sorry, Josh.
Has there been, Caleb, has there been a team ever to not win a game in a season?
Oh, yeah.
Detroit
Lions,
Detroit.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
Dolphins.
Maybe I should ask John.
Yes, Detroit was most recent, I believe.
Dolphins won
Cleveland Browns 2
16.
years ago.
Cleveland a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Remember they had 2 seasons. They only had 1 win in 2 seasons. It's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Hugh Jackson coached them out of that one game at the end of the season. They could have won
because they had like 2 games and like they won more than they did in 3 years. Yeah. So what's the next game there? So
the Rams are traveling to Arizona. Rams are favored by 2.5.
Must win for the Rams.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
I'm going
taking the Cardinals.
Arizona.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals.
Wow.
I can't. That's right, Caleb. I'm going fucking.
You think the Rams are in that big of shambles?
I think
I don't trust them
all they have
whatsoever.
is Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
no, they don't.
They barely have Todd Gurley.
They have Todd Gurley.
Barely have Todd Gurley.
You don't trust them.
Jared Goff
they
is
can't come by your
interception
house?
machine.
Todd Gurley doesn't scare me, and without Todd Gurley being scary, Goff can't do shit. That's just how I feel.
Wait, raise your hand if you're going to Arizona.
I'm going with Arizona.
3?
Cardinals.
3 on 3?
Mm-hmm.
You're going with Rams, huh?
Rams, baby. Rams.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm worried.
He's been jerking off Kyler Murray for all season,
right?
and then now here he goes.
I have, but I genuinely think the Rams really, really need this game.
they do.
I'm
Yeah,
praying.
they need it. That doesn't mean they're going to get it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does. I'm praying.
He goes, yeah, it does. Did you see me? I was 12-3 last week.
12-2.
Sorry.
How dare you sully that with an additional loss?
Jeez.
Good thing it wasn't laminated.
That's the best tag up so far on the list.
It is.
Lamination.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rams. I'm gonna go back to the Rams again. I tried last week. That didn't go well. But I just have a feeling that this is kind of one of those games. It's an in-division game. They really, really need this win. As you said, that doesn't mean you win, but I just have a little bit more of a talented team. I think with the Rams. I think that's
that I agree with. But dude, the Cardinals, dude, they really surprise me every week. I mean, they're always in every game.
that record's not indicative of.
No, it is not. They are doing way better.
3-7-1.
Yeah, but. Dude, they're always in every game.
Yeah.
They're doing great. I think they got this one.
They do compete. Yeah, it's very possible.
Greg, let me ask you something. Are you tired of living in pain?
I am.
Doesn't seem
Your guys' transitions this night
leave you in a
have been
five.
stellar.
Try a natural, safer alternative with CBD from Utica Hemp. With everything from oil, full spectrum, and THC free, topicals, CBD flower, and dog treats, Utica Hemp has something for everyone. Visit uticahempco.com or stop in one of their 4 locations in Utica, Herkimer, New Hartford, and Clinton, and speak to one of the knowledgeable staff about how CBD can help you. Utica Hemp, improve the quality of your life.
I'll be there on Monday.
Oh, they're open today. 50. Oh, by the way, Utica Hemp, 15% off everything you go to the store today, or order online.
Really?
Special, yeah.
Awesome.
No shit. Maybe I'll go today.
Do you
what's
ever
the
go
website,
Black Friday
John?
shopping and need to move?
It's uticahempco.com. I missed that.
John, do you ever go Black Friday shopping and need to move?
No.
No, I never do both that shit in one day.
Well, maybe you bought a new TV for your new house. So if you did,
If you did, come on down.
EJA Moving Jet Cap.
Oh man, that's fucking great.
uticahempco.com. All
That's
right,
great.
back on to the next.
I've been hearing good things about
Barely
the
back
Utica Hemp,
on
though.
it.
They are excellent, man.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about them.
I've got some
You should
coffee
probably
beans
set
sitting in my
better. I know you
freezer.
played a lot of football, so
Oh yeah. You're spot on with the pain.
yep, absolutely.
All right, so the LA Chargers
How did he know?
are going to the Denver Broncos.
Who's going to those losers?
The line opened up at Denver by 1.5, but
no,
now it's
what?
Chargers by 3.
Ooh.
This is a game that both these teams aren't as bad as a record.
Right.
They're tough teams, but they tend to lose games that they should win.
Well, Phillip Rivers is getting in his own fucking way is what's going on with LA.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
I know, seriously.
He's really, I don't want to tell a guy who's been in the league probably 15 years how
Show
to,
us your tie rod.
I've never been a Phillips fan.
how to change his fucking delivery, but man.
Yeah. He looks like he's
In a year where they
jacking
have,
off.
in a year where they have more running potential, more catching potential, more defensive potential than ever before, you got a quarterback who's just kind of biting the big one.
This game,
And a guy who had arguably a Hall of Fame career so far.
Yeah.
He's throwing it pretty damn well for what he does with his 13 kids in the bleachers. But I don't know, man. I do 100% agree. That's a good assessment.
I have no idea what to do with this game. I have no fucking clue because I have no idea what team's going to show up. None. I don't know.
Who were your Super Bowl picks?
Patriots.
well, let me get out the manila envelope and check it out.
I believe it was the Rams and the Patriots again, or something similar.
Very creative, by the way.
I thought it was the Chargers. I think
Those
you picked the
picks
Chargers.
don't count.
I believe I picked the Chargers to make the playoffs again, but that was last year. I picked them to.
Those
I
picks
was-
don't count. They weren't laminated.
I got one in. Hashtag laminated, baby.
I'm gonna have to hashtag that.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Somebody talk.
Sorry, I apologize.
I'm gonna, you know what? Just because I know Denver's starting that new kid, I'm gonna go LA. They're both kind of in trouble, but I think LA will pull it together. They got the weapons.
3 points against a very good Bills defense is I don't know what you can really take away from that.
Awful.
Allen wasn't that good. in that game either. Brandon Allen, not Josh Allen.
I know.
But
Josh Allen, the thug.
Brandon. Yeah, Silver's fucking public enemy.
Very ignorant thug.
Oh man,
ignorant.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna go Chargers, and I don't think it's gonna be that close.
I agree. I'm going Chargers too. I think with Bosa and Ingram are going to bring a lot of trouble to the young quarterback. And they don't have a lot of weapons in Denver on offense to go against that defense. So
No.
I got to go Chargers.
Two guys I'm actually kind of disappointed with are both Philip Lindsay and that Royce Freeman kid. The running game back there is just not what we thought it was last year.
Lindsay's been running good, though.
Decent, but not the same way, the volume that we were seeing at the end of last year in his rookie season.
But who's keeping the defenses honest? You know, like you had Emmanuel Sanders at some point. They kind of demanded some respect, even though he's been down the past couple of years. But who's really scaring anybody over there? You know, nobody on the passing game is really scaring anyone, so they're just loading the box.
I'll be honest, I don't even think I can name two.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right. You guys talk me into it. I'm going Chargers.
Okay.
I'm going Chargers.
Do we have any Letterkenny fans in the house? Anybody watch Letterkenny?
No.
Yeah, I do.
No? Well, you'll get the reference then. I just think the quarterback's better in LA. So I'm going with the Chargers.
LA.
Going Denver.
Wow, we got a Denver.
Yeah, I'm going
Wait,
Denver.
where's this game being played?
That's his lock. That's his lock pick.
It is in Denver. So you're going for the mile high. You're worried that
I think
the elements are going to pay.
I've never been a Phillips fan. You know what I mean? I think he's got a weird delivery, and he's got a
Mm-hmm.
long ball, and he's not that accurate. You know what I mean? And he's not doing what he should be doing.
That's
so
reasonable.
I can't argue.
Yeah, he's not the most accurate.
But he's got somebody to throw to. That's the thing. That's the big difference. He's got people to throw to.
Yeah, all he's got to do is get within this far.
Right. You know what I mean? You need Metatron to catch the ball.
It's friggin' Keenan Allen, dude.
You're right. Keenan Allen's his Megatron.
Yeah. He's a stud.
And he's got Mel Gordon.
Yeah.
You know, he's got some guys.
Austin Eckler, he's going to get paid this offseason.
Denver's got a decent defense, so I mean, I think people forget about Von Miller and Harris.
Von Miller is injured.
Is he?
Is he not playing?
Report. No, hang on. I know he's injured, but I don't know the extent of it.
Is he injured or is he hurt? There's a difference.
He's questionable.
Damn, that was some deep shit.
Or is he
He's right
Flacco?
about that.
That was some deep shit.
Von Miller did not participate in Wednesday's practice.
Okay.
So he's questionable for the week, and really that hurts Denver's defense right there. If he's
Big
not,
time.
if he's not there.
Right.
You don't have a ton of dudes on the Denver defense getting to the quarterback. So without Von Miller, you're one stud.
That's big.
It's gonna be it's gonna be difficult.
So,
LA.
do you want to give it a couple minutes before you change your pick, or are you still good with
Is
that?
it going to change on?
You can change it.
online. Is it going to change online? I mean, is he still questionable?
Yeah, he's still questionable.
Is it laminated?
I'm going Denver.
All right. Okay.
Denver.
I'm laminating it.
Laminate it.
Double stamp, triple stamp, laminated.
All right, so next game.
Cleveland is heading to Pittsburgh, so we get a
Ooh
rematch.
baby, the old hammer swing tonight.
Yeah. I'm going. It opened up at Pittsburgh -3. Now it's Cleveland -2. I'm going because I like Hodges, but
Hodges is starting.
I'm sorry, Zach. I'm going Cleveland.
I can confirm.
I
just saw that Pittsburgh has ruled Connor and Smith-Schuster out again.
This is a first-class temper tantrum thrown by Antonio Brown.
God damn it.
So Schuster's out.
They weren't who we
Schuster
thought they
and
were.
James Conner. All right, well, at least without James Conner, you still got Jalen Samuels. You got a couple of these guys behind him.
Listen, I'm so fucking sick and tired of hearing about Jalen Samuels. Everybody's like, "Oh, Jalen Samuels is going to be fucking great." Then the guy just goes out, lays his fucking egg, and is back on the bench fucking 10 minutes later. He is so fucking overrated. All right, that guy. I've heard this all year. It's especially like in the fantasy scope of things.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody go out and get Jalen Samuels. Go out and get Jalen
fantasy scope
Samuels.
for sure. Yeah.
Fuck off.
I'm going the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland beat the snots out of
As opposed to the
Pittsburgh, literally. But I mean, like before that last 8 seconds, we would have been talking about a whole different thing instead of that fight.
Yeah.
We would have been talking about how the Browns really dominated the Steelers in that game, and that wasn't by accident. And I feel like the Browns are actually starting to understand who they are. And they're getting Odell Beckham out there. They're starting to get him in the mix with Landry. But more important now, you get Kareem Hunt in the mix.
Yeah.
With Kareem Hunt and Chubb in the backfield, now you got this two-headed monster in the backfield. Now who do you cover? You know,
Right.
these guys can catch passes. They can run like routes like a.
That's the thing. They got all the weapons, man. They got OBJ, Landry. They got Kareem Hunt. They got.
And I feel now that like with Myles Garrett being out, they take that little chip on their shoulder, and it's like you made us lose our best guy.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry,
but I think Pitt is seeing that. You know, what I mean?
agree.
They're game planning for that. You know what I mean?
And I think everybody wants to get past that garbage. And Hodges, I'm going to say, has a little bit more of a maturity to him. He's an older guy. Mason Rudolph, I mean, we'll see what happens with him. I think Hodges is one of the guys maybe we keep this season. We keep him in the backfield behind Ben in his 3-year contract extension.
People underestimate.
You like older guys?
I do, yes, twice on Tuesdays.
The Browns' defense. The Browns have a good defense.
They do. However, you got the Steelers' defense. You got T.J. Watt. You got Devin Bush. You got Bud Dupree. You got all these dudes coming in with some fucking heat.
Which I think.
And you got a Baker Mayfield who sometimes can't handle the pressure.
But he doesn't.
Cleveland manhandled you last time.
When you got.
I agree, but that was a Mason
Chubb,
Rudolph, not Devin Hodges, Pittsburgh. So
but
we'll
when
see.
you got Chubb and you got Kareem Hunt back there, like now it's like pick your poison. And then you look at the outside,
but you got to make that decision quickly.
Yeah.
But you got to make that decision quickly because of the defense.
You got to make that defense quicker because they got to choose who's getting the ball. Is it Hunt? Is it Chubb? Or is it a play action? They can run so many different formations out of that offense right now.
Yeah.
Because you could put Kareem Hunt out as a wide receiver, and then all of a sudden you got 5 wide. You audible now, all of a sudden you got the Kareem Hunt in the backfield.
See, what you do is you put Hunt on the outside, so it leaves a linebacker on a fucking slot receiver. It's a fucking mismatch right there.
And you still got Chubb in the backfield, and on a draw, you got everybody out.
I mean, we got.
I wanted to talk more.
We got. I mean,
should we take it? Should we take an EJA moving break?
No, we got to close up here in a minute.
Are you going shopping?
We have.
We don't have to.
We got weapons, but you know what? I'm even gonna say this. I'm gonna actually go Cleveland. I believe Pittsburgh might win this. It could go
either way he wins because he'll either win the pick.
Stop with that bullshit. Either way he wins. You try to justify your fucking stupid shit when you guys don't pick the Bears with that. Fuck that.
Have I lost a Bears game I picked?
Blow me.
I don't know. You're the only one to keep score. Stu, who you go with?
I was gonna be stupid and make a heart pick. Actually, I just deleted it and repicked. But I was gonna pick with my heart. But no, I'll just say the scumbags are gonna beat the Steelers.
I thought the Steelers were the scumbags.
No.
We are.
I mean, you started the fight.
I don't give a shit.
Listen, we didn't start the fire.
They are historically a bunch of scumbags, and you just went down the list of all their weapons.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham, Diva, Landry, asshole, Kareem Hunt, convict, scumbag, piece of garbage.
They have been,
and then he said Nick Chubb, and he's awesome.
Dude, why don't you tell us how you really feel?
They are my third most hated football team now. I've moved them up the ranks.
But here's the thing: Odell Beckham and Landry have been model citizens since going to Cleveland.
Yeah, they still talk a lot of shit. I don't like it.
And I like the way that if you watch the interview after the Cleveland game, those guys are best friends. They keep each other in check. They keep each other in line where they're not like.
I don't think Odell has.
I would disagree. I would disagree that Odell about Odell. I've watched him on the sidelines pouting pretty hard if he does not getting the ball.
Yeah,
he's still a little bitch.
He is.
They can hold hands and go by their.
Odell is a big bitch.
You're going Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I'm going Pitt. Yeah.
Fuck, maybe I'm switching my.
I'm going Browns. I'm going Browns. Pittsburgh's terrible. Devlin Hodges is terrible.
Come on, dude. At least
he's awful. I don't
give
know.
me a little
I think
bit
this
of
is. I think this is an absolutely. I think this is an idiotic quarterback change here. I think this is so stupid. I think it's horrible.
I think it's the right move.
I would stick with Rudolph.
You want the Cleveland Browns to be put up against Mason Rudolph? They are literally going to intentionally try to kill him, right?
Devlin.
Anybody see anything else happening?
Devlin.
I would minimum think they're going to taunt him.
That's called football.
Yeah, they're gonna every time they try to sack him or do anything to him, they're gonna go like this, and it's gonna be their dance celebration move. It's just gonna be the old tomahawk to the forehead that he got.
Devlin
Hodges is fucking brutal. He's terrible.
And I'll say also
both of them look like they live off of freaking Nutri-Slim.
I'm all just mad about the Browns. I'm talking over. I'm sorry, but Baker Mayfield is like Brett Favre without the fun. and more of a whore with commercials. At least Brett Favre does it for jeans.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like when I think of Baker Mayfield commercials, I don't even know what he's selling.
Hulu Sports, dude.
Is that what it is? I have no idea. I just want to punch him.
Actually, he's 100%. I have no idea. All those Baker Mayfield.
I don't know what he's selling.
What are those?
Yeah,
what are those for?
For him. I don't know. Maybe he knows his career is going to be short.
Yeah, he's got to crash and burn, so he's got to make his money.
Hulu hired him, and I see him all the time on Hulu, and I'm like, you don't have any clout to be doing those things. Yeah, that's Hulu.
The funny one is the fucking fire extinguisher, or the fire alarm one.
Yeah.
Because we've all done that.
Yeah.
Right, which fucking one is it? It's like, that one to me is hilarious.
He's selling outlets.
Yeah.
Well, and have you ever done it in a home where they're wired together? One will go off. Right.
Are we talking about fire alarms?
No. This is good though. This is good.
But it's actually the one down the fucking hall that's got the fucking battery. Dude, when you got wired homes like that, when they're all wired together, anyone can go off.
When you hit your 50s, you're gonna know.
Okay, John. Good.
It's nothing to do with being fucking 45.
Wait, do the clapper.
Yeah. She's like, when I was a boy, all the fucking fire alarms.
John, do you have one of those like TV remotes that's as big as a book?
No, he still has the plastic on his remote.
With the big numbers.
He has the
it's laminated.
He has like the chair that he has to replace the seat cover with every few years. Like Jesus, the cats walk all over it.
Right. So New England's going to Houston.
New England at Houston.
New England by 3.
That's a hard decision there.
Now, does Deshaun Watson have both eyes?
Well, in this case, I like New England's defense, the number 1 defense in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody likes him.
Versus
so good.
The Houston.
I feel like we're just going to feed his ego no matter what we say. It's about to be 20 minutes of telling him why the Patriots might win.
That fucking defense is so good.
They are.
I'm going Patriots, and I love the by 3. I love it.
Me too.
You're an even lock right
You heard
there.
him. He loves by 3.
John loves by 3s. Yeah.
He loves to do it by 3s.
And then we can go. Now we can go ahead and mute all the rest of our mics because Chicken can go off and suck Deshaun Watson's dick and then go right into Russell Wilson's.
All right. Yeah. Right. I am going Deshaun Watson.
How did I fucking know? How did I know? I really like Deshaun Watson.
Because New England plays man-to-man. New England plays man-to-man. They make no bones about it. They play man-to-man. They depend on the front 7 to get at the quarterback. However, which they can with Deshaun Watson. I get it. He's got a shitty O-line. However, the dude can scramble. He can run. And he's got some weapons at wide receiver. Just 1 or 2. That Hopkins guy's all right. That Fuller guy's cool. And that Stills guy, he can play. And the other guy's
I forget he's there sometimes.
Right?
I also forgot he was there till you just said it.
Great little pickup by them this year.
Absolutely. And they got a good team going. I feel that because they're going against New England, they're going to really want this game. And I'm going Houston. They got to make a comeback. They got to make a push for the playoffs.
I think they're a different defense without Watt. I really, dude, they are missing him hardcore. They're a different team without him.
Well, it's not only that. They traded away Jadeveon Clowney, then they lose Watt midseason. Mm-hmm. They are missing a little bit of that kind of veteran spark in them. Also,
but man, 7-4.
For those studs you're talking about, if you're saying Stephon Gilmore can't cover DeAndre Hopkins, I'm going to say you're wrong.
Exactly.
You're wrong.
He cannot cover.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
Gilmore
is one of the best corners in the league.
Nobody in this league. I don't care. You put the best corner in the league on Hopkins, they cannot cover him.
That's bullshit.
No doubt about
it. That's bullshit.
Dude, DeAndre Hopkins has a wingspan like a freaking.
That's okay, but that doesn't mean you're open.
He's open.
That's what Amari Cooper thought.
That doesn't mean you're
open.
If Houston can manage 2 touchdowns
just
and
like
a field goal, they will beat the Patriots.
DeAndre Hopkins, I don't think there's a corner in the league that can handle DeAndre Hopkins one-on-one.
I said if the Houston Texans.
Only one I would name you, it'd be Stephon.
We're not talking Sandlot football. We're talking NFL football.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not one-on-one and that's it. It's one-on-one with pressure on your quarterback.
Dude, this
you know
guy
what I mean?
wins at 2-on-1.
Yeah.
He wins 2 when he's double teamed and triple teamed. This dude still comes out the ball.
I'll get I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But you got pressure on your quarterback who's going to make not the best throw.
And who's coming full.
And somebody's on you like
have
glue.
you watched Watson play?
No.
Never.
The ball's always on the mark. That dude hits his mark all the fucking time. Not all the time, but pretty goddamn close.
Right. Well, obviously.
And who's on the other side?
They're obviously the New England coaches know that, so they're going to make sure that they're pushing pressure on him so he doesn't. He makes an inherent
who's covering
throw.
Fuller? And then you got Stills.
You got Patrick Chung. You got Chung. You got Chung
what do you
sitting out there.
mean?
Patrick Chung ain't gonna do shit.
Are you kidding me?
All right, we're gonna see. I'm going New England. You're going Houston.
I'm going Houston, baby.
New England in the house.
Yeah.
Three of us.
Hell
The
yeah.
three of us. Where you going, Caleb?
If Houston could put up 2 touchdowns and a field goal against the Patriots, they will beat the Patriots. I'm going Houston.
Ooh.
I think they scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Whoa.
2 touchdowns first quarter. It's a tall order.
I'm writing that the fuck down. 2 touchdowns first quarter.
Yeah, I'm writing that down too.
Chicken says times 2 TDs in first quarter. And when you lose, what's going to happen?
If he's right, y'all gonna have some
Somebody's
chicken
gonna
egg on
bring
your
us
face.
Shit to eat is what we're going to have to do.
I will fucking want. You know what? Not to keep dragging it out, but I will laminate the shit out of that.
Oh my God, lamination.
Drag the river, baby.
Who'd have thunk your lamination joke would go till fucking?
So
I'm Houston.
You're Houston.
I'm not even sour grapes as a Bills fan because I'll pick the Patriots. If this was 2 years ago, I'd pick the Patriots.
Caleb?
Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
2 Houstons, a bunch of Patriots.
And our final game.
Wait. We said 2. Who's the other?
I'm Patriots.
Houston.
Me and Stu.
Houston.
Oh, Houston. Okay, you Houston. Okay.
Yep. Finish it out. Minnesota traveling to Seattle.
This is another really good game.
Oh my God.
This is a great game, but I have. You know what?
This is in a dome, right?
Huh?
This is in a dome?
No, this is in Seattle. You're facing the 12th man. That's where I'm going with.
I said this is in a dome, right? Seahawks play in a dome.
No, they don't.
They don't? They still don't play in the dome no more?
No. Hey, but good try, chicken.
That's why when
Chicken, you ever go to a dome and need to move?
Hot lunch.
Oh my God.
Flag does come in.
Fuck you. All right.
That's a segue right there.
Get us off the air.
Get us off.
Take us home. I'm going Seattle.
I'm going
Seattle.
Going Seattle.
Yeah, Seahawks. Yeah.
Fuck Kirk Cousins.
Russell Wilson's
Seattle.
a beast. He's a beast.
Oh man.
This is going to bring Minnesota back down to earth.
Yeah, I'm going Seattle.
Yep.
Big surprise, right, Caleb?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Russell
Wilson. This is very elusive.
You don't want. It's a great Mike Tyson impression.
Put us out of our misery before I go out and get my shotgun out of the car.
You guys are so.
Come on, Rashad Penny.
Having fun.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
I love
Let's talk football the whole time.
What do you want to talk about, John?
Rashad Penny.
Actually, do you have any fantasy league implications in these?
So you want to talk about fantasy, or might just like?
Oh yeah, who's picking
not your fantasy, just a fantasy league, like NFL.
Wait, before you do that. Anybody else not going Seattle? Anybody not going Seattle? Are we picking the Vikings on this?
No.
So we're all unanimously going
Seahawks.
I'm really surprised because, this is a closer game.
Minnesota is decent this year, but
I'm a Russell Wilson fan. I'll always bet on Russell Wilson.
Same here.
I'll always bet on Russell.
We know.
Even when they're playing the Patriots?
No.
Because he
No. Always, but no.
Always, but no.
Because he didn't hand it off to Beast Mode. And that's why you love him. Yeah. So what do you got for fantasy league?
So this week I am huge fan of Curtis Samuel this week, the wide receiver for Carolina. I'm staying away from, as I just went off on my rant a few minutes ago. Don't go anywhere near any running back in Pittsburgh. Don't go anywhere near. Damian Williams is not playing for Kansas City this weekend. don't go. I'm staying far away from McCoy and the other rookie that they have, the other Williams kid that they have, the backup running back there. Staying away from those. It's a week to pay up. It really is, because you've taken 6 teams out of the equation for this Sunday, the Sunday spread of games. Normally it's 4 because of the bye weeks. So it's a good week to get a lot of action on your bigger name guys. I would pay for Godwin this week in Tampa Bay. I think he's going to have a huge week against Jacksonville. I think he could go for like 3 or 4 touchdowns this game. Yeah, he has that potential. I mean, he's had a 3 touchdown game already this year, and they love to target him. Jacksonville's secondary is weak, so I would be all over Bucks plays this week as well with the running back situation as well. Jacksonville's defense is just very suspect, and I'm not a Leonard Fournette believer like you are. I have not been impressed. I would pay up for Derrick Henry this week as well. So. And George Kittle could never hurt.
George Kittle, yeah.
I definitely got to toot my own horn last week.
Yeah, you were right.
Promoting Robinson from the Bears. 131 yards and a TD last week. Yeah. I got to imagine that's pretty solid.
Yeah. That's great in the daily game, especially. Those are the guys when you're playing in the daily games. Those are the guys that you want to kind of go out and really do your research on. John was absolutely right about that. And if you get production from those guys, you're basically trying to, in order to win these daily games.
I just thought that was needed.
That was such a heavy breath.
All right.
And we got Joe Buck and Troy Aikman in the back over there. Something's going on.
He goes.
He's sitting behind you. He's sitting behind you. That's the scary.
It wasn't me. What I do? Fuck off. I'm sitting here actually listening to this dude. Fuck.
Caleb, somebody was listening to you.
Yeah, right? Go figure.
I'm a fan, bro.
Go figure.
I am.
Oh, my God. Take me now. I'm going to get the gun.
You're the me of this show. You know stuff, but nobody listens.
You listen.
Look at Silbert down there, like a little fucking schoolgirl. These two
deflecting.
These two.
There's my Demetrios. There's my fucking Garrett over there.
So, when you got him on Lost Guy,
Caleb.
make sure you talk about how he deflects his anger.
Yeah,
we already did that podcast. It'd be a hell of a lot different now if we hadn't.
He'd have some fucking words to mince with me.
I actually do have to piss, so if you go off the air while I'm gone, goodbye everyone.
We could wrap it.
And thanks for staying with us this long.
Holy shit! I doubt most of them have, but we love you if you did.
So with that being said, we just want to say thanks to everybody checking into the D Lane on Blackout Friday. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. You want to do the announcement for the winners of the Square contest again?
Yeah. We just want to say a special congratulations to Liz Brill, Jamie Bush, Chrissy Williams, Jeff Burke, and Jamie Bush 2 times again.
I was going to say, you guys say Jamie Bush a couple more times.
I'm glad we finally figured out his name.
He's 100% right.
It could be her name.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say or.
Oh,
We definitely want to thank everyone who participated.
Yes,
I mean, I can't back up this cause anymore. I'm so happy we did this. I'm so glad we filled up all the squares. Thank you, everyone. It went great. And yes, our plan is to do it again next year because of such a good product this year. So thank you.
And Melanie, thank you for coming to this.
Melanie is awesome. Melanie, you're just beautiful. Thank you very much.
She made this awesome. She texted me actually on Sunday. She goes, "We got falconed."
She stole my terminology.
We got Falcon. Stu, thank you from Wrestle Phantom Radio. You want to give a little plug for Wrestle Phantom?
Yeah, you can watch me and a couple other Jamokes talk about everything pro wrestling on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock right here on Disruption Network, a.k.a. The D.
The D.
Yep, that's all you get.
Oh, snap. And Greg Williams, you're on from boyslikemen.com.
Your last name is Williams? You're a Greg. Are you a Greg with 2 G's at the end?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, boys.
So you're not a defensive coordinator. All right. Sorry.
Just a defensive.
So, Tyler Perry, you want to tell us what the next movie you got coming out is?
She Shags Like Me.
I don't want to see that movie. I don't care what website it's on. I do not want to see that movie.
Nice. And Zach from the Lost Guidance Podcast.
Guys, check it out. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that shit. Lost Guidance Podcast. You'll be seeing Caleb soon. So.
Oh, man. And
we can rag on him a little bit. And we had Syl on season 1. We're going to have Chicken on season 3. You'll see it all.
Do it, yeah.
I do want to say support your local football team.
Yes.
Because it looks like it's a dying era right now.
Yeah. It's a whole, we could totally get into that discussion. So how much time we got left?
And we are out of here.
And that's the bottom line.
And thanks again to Syl and Caleb for joining us. And thank you for making this Blackout Friday a lot of fun.
Go Nighthawks.
Oh, yeah. Scissor me timbers.
Scissor me timbers. But in honor of the next game coming up, the Steelers and Browns rematch, I am going to play the live broadcast from the fight.
Sweet.
So we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for checking in. Have a good night. This is the D-Line. Peace.
Oh, my God. Shit has hit the fan. Look at the replay. Garrett sacks Rudolph. They end up making out of the floor for a little bit, talking a little shit, and then watch this. Garrett rips off Rudolph's head, and then he fucking bops him right on the forehead, and then all hell breaks loose. My goodness gracious. The NFL hates to see this, Peter. Obviously, Rudolph a little bit outmatched, but this is on another fucking level. Rudolph gets up, talks shit. Garrett rips literally his fucking head off, holds the helmet, and then he just fucking goes all full Mortal Kombat right to his forehead. Punches being thrown. I mean, the emotions in this stadium for the 72 people that are still here. All I know is this, Peter. That's going to be... Watch this. Boom! Right there. Bop. And Mason Rudolph is fucking goo-goo gaga on the sidelines. That's not good. The NFL's not going to like this.
You're listening to the D-Line.
It's Bowling for the Bahamas and Celebrity Bowling Challenge to benefit the Bahamas Disaster Relief Fund. Sunday, December 1st, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. AMF Panorama Lanes, 1724 Genesee Street, Utica. Come have fun and enjoy a few games of bowling for a good cause. There will be prizes, food and drink specials, and some special challenges mixed in along the way. $20 per bowler or $100 per team includes 2 games and shoe rental. All proceeds go directly to the Bahamas Relief Foundation. That's Bowling for the Bahamas and Celebrity Bowling Challenge, presented by Disruption Network, Holy Pozzoli, and AMF Panorama Lanes. Sunday, December 1st, 1724 Genesee Street, Utica.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broken everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar, brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.